I just saw 28 Years Later Bone Temple, and it is a significant improvement over the last one. Not that I thought the last one was bad, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it. This movie slaps. I think Bone Temple is extremely good, and I just read that it's not doing well in the box office and is projected at like a 13 million opening weekend, which is a 53% drop or something like that compared to the last one. And honestly, that's just a bigger shame than when they canceled the Men in Black cartoon series, because this movie is, I think, very good. I understand why people maybe aren't, flocking to the theater to plant their asses in the seats and watch this if they watched the last one and didn't like it all that much, because that movie, it felt like two very different movies that were sometimes clashing, and I didn't think it worked overly well. So I imagine a lot of people probably weren't super hyped to see it continued, thinking that it'd be, same song and dance again. Let me just put those fears to bed. It is not. This movie, I think, is much, much better. Another thing that I think is working against it is how quickly it's come out since the last one. It's only been 6 months. I think it's 6 months, somewhere in that general ballpark. So it hasn't even been like a full year since 28 Years Later. So I think a lot of people think that this is like fucking DLC or something, or behind the scenes look at 28 Years Later, and marketing hasn't exactly been stellar for it. So I definitely understand there's a lot of contributing factors for its less than amazing performance so far on the box office, but I just need you to know this movie is like really good, and it would be really just a sin to not see this story concluded, because there is still more to the story, and the way that this one ends, I actually sat there and said out loud, holy shit. I am very, very curious to see where they take it, and I hope that we do get to see the finale of it, even if this doesn't, start picking it up in the box office. I hope they've just already got it in the can and are ready to ship it, because if nothing else, I really want to see it. So anyway, as I do now these days, I get into spoilers, so here's your spoiler warning. Alright, we're in. At the end of 28 Years Later, I mentioned a very silly, out-of-nowhere scene where you had basically the blonde-haired Power Rangers drop in and save our protagonist Spike out of nowhere. They come in and they just start, massacring some zombies using, fucking kung fu on them. One of them's doing, flips and shit, and it's just so wacky and tonally different than a lot of everything else we'd see in the movie. This film picks up right where that one leaves off. It's the cult of Jimmy, and Spike is now given the opportunity to join their ranks one of the fingers if he can kill one of the members. It's do or die, and he is getting toyed with by the Jimmy that is fighting him. But Spike is able to pull it off. He kills that Jimmy, and now he is forced into this lifestyle in the cult of Jimmy. It's led by Jimmy Crystal, who is an extremely entertaining villain. I thought it would just be, super goofy, over the top, and, cheesy, which has its own certain charm to it. But while he has, the characteristics of, some kind of cartoon villain, the way that it works in the universe of 28 Years Later, I think is just perfect. It's menacing, it's charismatic, and it's clear, there is a lot of fear that he is able to generate through just being so, unhinged and so, grand in, his performance and stuff. So, the whole thing is Jimmy Crystal is communicating with old Nick, Satan, and he and his hand, which is the 7 fingers, are going through and just offering charity to Satan, which is basically just killing people and torturing them, letting their screams be the music to old Nick's ears. And Jimmy Crystal is just very theatrical in it, oh, Nick, I can hear you in my noodle. What charity shall we provide? Ah, the shirt. And hearing me do that, you're oh, that sounds fucking stupid. But the performance here from Jack O'Connell, I believe that's the actor's name, is extremely good. So, when this is happening and they are torturing people, and it's gruesome, by the way, they do not pull punches on, the torture, they go fucking hog wild, it's, actually very intimidating. And you can see why the fingers, are afraid of their leader, whom they are convinced is the son of old Saint Nick, the son of Satan. There's fear, there's respect, and, the charisma. It's very, very well done. Jimmy Crystal was a surprisingly interesting villain. But I would say the heart and soul of this movie is Dr. Kelson. So Dr. Kelson, whom we met in the last movie after Spike takes his mother there, we follow him a lot. And he is deep in study and theory around the alpha zombie, whom he's named Samson. Samson is the zombie from the previous film who we saw just like rip people's skulls off like trophies. He's like brutal, huge, imposing. His fucking cock is slinging all over the place. He got fucking meat flapping in the wind. And he is the alpha in this territory. Dr. Kelson is studying him. He has this blow dart that puts him into an opiate-induced trance. And he's in like a fugue state. And while he's there, he's calm. And he becomes addicted to it, Samson. So now, in this film, we see Samson is actually approaching Kelson. Of course, not like friendly, like, oh, hello, neighbor. May I have some more of that morphine cocktail? But he approaches him in a way different than other zombies. Instead of like charging at him mindlessly, he charges at him, but then kind of stops when he notices that blow dart that he knows will put him into that state. So Dr. Kelson picks up on that and starts administering this morphine cocktail to him, and Samson keeps coming back for more. And over time, as he's getting more and more comfortable, they become like friends. Not friends in like the traditional sense, but Dr. Kelson is now treating him as he would any other patient. And it's so fucking fascinating. I would say the main character of this movie isn't Spike, like it was in the last film. Spike is a big character here, but he takes a backseat to every other character. In fact, I wouldn't even say he's like the most prominent character in the cult of Jimmy. I'd say that belongs to another one of the fingers named Kelly, who kind of like protects Spike because he's not the strongest warrior. He did kind of just get lucky in killing that previous finger, and he doesn't want to be there, and she notices that and tries to like protect him. She, I would say, is actually like more prominent in the fingers than even Spike. But again, I really think the main character and the beating heart of this film is Dr. Kelson. And I didn't expect to be as drawn into this narrative of like maybe curing the infection as I was. Because in a lot of other zombie things, it's like this one eureka moment where they just like kind of cure the infection. But here, it's very interesting because Kelson's not setting out to cure the infection. He's setting out just to try and better understand it. So he starts to wonder like, well, does the virus replace the mind or does it just cloud it? What are they seeing? What is Samson seeing when he's murdering babies and shit? Because the babies don't pose a threat to him, what would be compelling him to start murdering them mercilessly? And he starts viewing it more as like a psychosis and trying to treat it as such. And we see Samson, still very much infected, still very much the alpha. He's able to start being less clouded and actually gets out a word. He starts remembering things from before the infection. And it's just such a gradual shift that doesn't feel silly or like, you know, just for the sake of plot convenience. It was really fascinating and it was done super well. I just, pretty much everything in Bone Temple, I think is an improvement over the last one in every possible aspect. I think it's a lot more gruesome. The action is a lot better. I think also does a better job in the horror department as well. I think it's more unnerving. I think you get more invested in the story that's going on because you care more about what's happening here. And it feels like it's setting itself up for some huge conclusion with the way that this one wraps up. It's very exciting. The first film, I felt a lot of it was style over substance, where they tried to do these very like artsy, almost like pretentious shots that don't really do a whole lot in the context that they're used in. Here, there's still a lot of great style, but there's a lot of good substance too. It's a really interesting journey that I think fucking crushed it. And there's a really, really fun section with an Iron Maiden song and like a crazy choreographed dance and shit. It's so good. I really thought Bone Temple was amazing. And it is so sad that it's not doing well. I hope that like word of mouth will help it pick up and start to perform better, because it deserves it. But now, I don't want anyone going into this thinking that it's a perfect film, because it's definitely not, especially when you put it in the framing of this being the second film in a series. It becomes kind of questionable why they're so like kind of disjointed. They don't fit super well together because, like, for example, Spike's father, who was a very big component of the first half of the previous movie, he's not even mentioned in this one at all. And this isn't even really Spike's story anymore. We're exploring, you know, true evil with Jimmy and his gang. And also, you know, Kelson learning about the infection. But I don't think that's the biggest deal in the world. There is something that I did kind of find a little disappointing. The fingers, I understand there being a bunch of them. You can't really like flesh them out. They are kind of just one-dimensional. I get that. But what I really didn't like is that it's established that these fingers, the other Jimmies, are extremely strong. The strongest people that he's come across, and in order to even be one of the fingers, they have to pass the initiation, which is killing a previous member, which is supposed to be very, very difficult, because they're very adept at surviving and fighting. We saw them dispatch of zombies easily. They completely just massacre zombies. They massacre people effortlessly. There was even like a duel when they came to a small settlement where one person, Jimmy said, you can join us if you kill one of the fingers here. Choose your fighter. He chose someone, and the girl completely outclassed him and annihilated him. So they are established as like really strong fighters. But towards the end of this film, they are easily killed. So like one of the fingers is able to kill all of the others with like single moves. And I'm not talking like elaborate moves or anything. It's just like this and like this. And it wasn't like surprise attacks or anything. I guess one of them was, but the others weren't. It was, you like slapped one of them, then stabbed. And then the other one stabbed. And it's like, that's underwhelming because this whole time we've been led to believe these fingers are maybe not equal in terms of fighting prowess. Like maybe this one finger that's betraying them is more talented than the rest, but it should still at least be some kind of fight, some kind of like climactic showdown, I would have thought. It just feels like they were strong when it was convenient for the plot, but then really weak when Spike needed to survive or when they needed to wrap a certain thing up. That just felt a little deflating to me. I would have liked to see them be able to show why they're even fingers in the first place about being strong fighters. And there's a couple other individual scenes I don't think worked overly well, but it's really not like a big detriment to the film or anything at all. Like I said, I think the movie slaps overall. I was very impressed and pleasantly surprised at the big improvement between the previous 28 years later and now this one. And like I said, I really would like to see how this story concludes. Anyway, though, that's really about it. So, yeah. On the topic of magicians, I found this channel called Hey Nerdy Knives, and if you look at his shorts, they're insane. Oh my god, it's this guy. I have seen this. Not exactly a magician. I mean, I guess, kind of, but it's not in the way that you're thinking. Let's see, is his most popular one the montage? Where he has a fucking crazy montage of it. Or maybe, I guess maybe it's possible somebody made a montage of it. That was pretty cool. But yeah, you can actually see he has scars on like his hands and arms, presumably from doing this. That's hard as fuck. It's cool. Like, actually cool.
Hi, I'm Nerdy Knives, and these are my knife tricks that nobody talks about. The monk. The jock.
Damn, that was cool.
Decoded hands. Eunice. Crossroad.
He is slick with it.
Nightmare. The Widow.
I'm 4 months deep in this German, and I'm whipping it round the suburban. Plot on the place, gotta make you
Stalactite.
Hey, wait, that one was actually kind of crazy. I thought it was just gonna be in the other hand or something. That was kind of crazy. What the fuck? Wait, what? That one kind of blew my mind. Oh, it's just a different knife. It is in his other hand. Okay, it's got to be just a different knife. That'd be actually impossible.
Showler. The windmill.
Wow.
The bridge. Yeah.
That was also really good. What the fuck? That one's really good.
Yeah.
When does he? I don't even see him like make any kind of move or anything with his other hand. And it's so fast. What the fuck? He's full of scars from practicing. I know, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I'm just your average nerd with a whole bunch of knife tricks. So, which one was your favorite?
Wow, that bridge was crazy. Then it's not edited? No, I don't think so, right? I feel like I'd be able to tell. Because he's using real techniques. Like, he's using actual techniques that you'd find in card tricks, but with a knife. Nice. Just drops the knife, pulls out a new one. You talking about for the Widow? That's what I thought too, but you would see it if he dropped it. You'd 1000% see it. But he's absolutely using two knives. There's no other way. So the knife that was here goes into his right hand. It is absolutely another knife because you can see everything here. So there's no way.
Just the leg side.
And the bridge, you can see it. Let me see. Where? So they drop it here, but where? Oops. I don't see. Check out the 6th video, The Void is Insane. This one.
You guys made this trick so freaking viral. Now you can put it in the search bar and it has its own damn viral search. The Void knife trick. And you'll see this trick pop up. Crazy. You guys made this trick so freaking viral. Now you can put it in the search.
That's very smooth.
Viral. Now.
See, that's why I don't think he just drops the knife for like the bridge or something. I feel like it'd be more obvious if he did, and he clearly does a good job of just bringing the same knife back because he doesn't have a second knife here.
In the search bar.
Okay, that one's nuts.
You guys made this trick so freaking viral. Now you can put it in. You guys made this trick so freaking. You guys made this trick so.
I actually don't know how he does that one either. Is it behind the backhand? That's what I was thinking. But in order to get it behind the backhand, it'd have to be like tape or a magnet or something.
So
and in that case, he wouldn't be able to do this.
Now you can put it.
He wouldn't be able to throw it forward again like that. So I don't know how he would do that. So he has to just be really good at keeping pressure on it somehow, but I don't know how. Because he has his whole other hand here. So I don't know how he's keeping pressure on it back here. Glove is a part of it. Yeah, I just don't know how, though. I think what's more likely is he's got it behind these fingers. Because that's what you do for cards. You can hide cards that way. That's a very standard card technique, but he's really fucking good at doing that quickly, if that is what it is.
Now you can put it in the search.
I think that's probably what it is. He goes crazy on the 7th one. I may have just mastered this dark art. See, like, I don't know. I just don't think he's dropping it for that. Because you would see something in his shirt. Like, I was focusing so hard on his shirt right there with that. Nothing changes and nothing moves. That is crazy. That is fucking nuts. Maybe the finger again? No, I don't think he was doing a palm. Well, actually, I guess he could be, because you can't, no, he wouldn't be able to hold it like that with these two fingers. See the back of his hand there? When you do that with cards or by extension a knife, it just goes down the back here. You'd see it. That's not it. I can't say I've quite seen this kind of sleight of hand before. There's a guy in Penn and Teller who did incredible knife sleight of hand videos called Fastest Fooler in History.
I call this knife the wild white knife. Do you know why?
Because it's a white knife.
Yeah, and it's wild because it seems to be in one place when it really into another. And it's for that I call this the... Oh, did you see the other one? Okay. He saw it. I have two. Yeah, but this one is the quiet one because it's red, yeah? Only one is wild, okay? The wild one is the white, not the red, but the white, yeah? This is the wild one.
Damn.
Because it's white, yeah? Which one is this?
The white one.
No, this is the red one. Then this is the quiet one. And if I have here the red one, which one do I have on my other hand?
Well, I guess the white one.
No, this is green. Okay, and if I have here the green, which one do I have here? No, I have nothing here because it's always into my pocket. Let me close.
Damn, that's also pretty fucking slick.
And I'm going to get hard myself, okay? I'm going to close it. I have to tell you something. What happens is that these knives can change color, but not any color. If I want that this one change into blue, I cannot do that. If I want that this turn into yellow, neither. Because they can change color between them. That means if I want the red turns into the white one will turn into... You don't believe me, do you? Okay, I will do it without closing the hands. And bit by bit, watch. I just need to move bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit. Look, it's almost the half. The other side the same. I just need to move.
Yeah, so it's just...
And now I have here the white one.
That's cool.
And I have here the red one. I can do it also with the green one.
Some kind of gimmick
The green on my
knife.
hand, the white on the pocket. 1, 2, 3. And now I have here the white one because the green one is always where? Into the pocket. Yeah. But maybe you are thinking,
That's cool.
it's not wild, they don't change color, it's just a sleight of hands. No, it's magic, it's magic. Let's do this. I'm going to take the white, the red, and the green, yeah. And I'm going to cover them with a handkerchief. And now watch. I'm going to take one of these, this is the white one. I'm going to make some room. This is the white, yeah?
Yeah, the white.
Then I have...
It might not be a gimmick knife because they couldn't guess it. Yeah, but that doesn't mean it won't be a gimmick knife. It's just a gimmick they haven't seen.
Let's do it again.
There's no other way to do it.
Green. Then I have... No, this is the green, and this is the white. Oh, and this...
I don't really know how the gimmick works, but there's no other way. Well, the fact he gives it to him, though, makes it seem like maybe it's not a gimmick knife. If they get to look at it. That's cute. Yeah, if they get to look at it and they still say they don't know how it works, then maybe it's not gimmick knives. Either way, it's super different from this. This is just like actual kitchen knives he's doing the sleight of hand with. Both are cool, though. This guy, though, I'm beyond impressed with. It's really crazy, actually. Could just be video editing? No, it's definitely not. There's no way. Because, like I said, he does do actual, like, legitimate sleight of hand tricks to do this.
You guys made this trick so freaking viral. Now you can put it in the search bar and it has its own damn viral search. The Void knife trick. And you'll see this.
Plus his arms are covered in scars from practicing. I don't think there's any editing. He's done live streams doing the tricks. See? Oh yeah, live every day at 7:30 p.m. So yeah, he's doing the shit live. It's definitely not edited. He's just really good at it. 8th video's insane, this one.
I just want to say I appreciate you guys for liking my knife tricks. I low-key think this shit's corny as fuck sometimes, and I want to quit. But the lives I'm affecting, you guys like it, and I just posted a video and did 10,000 views on here, and it's 100,000 views on Instagram and growing, and it's one of my most viral videos. So you guys encourage me to keep going. It's only cringe till it works. So whatever you want to do in this world, you can do anything you want.
That's sweet. Well, don't I look silly with all this egg on my face? Turns out, I may have been wrong about the rapture. Now, you might be wondering, how is that possible? We're all still here. And yeah, we may not have been, disconnected from the server, from the Lord Almighty or anything, but that doesn't mean Jesus didn't come back. And they say wrestling is fake. So apparently this is an indie wrestler named Jesus. I tried to look up more information on him in previous matches to see who else he brought the biblical smackdown upon. Maybe he squared off against Beelzebub in a Hell in a Cell match. And I thought it'd be fun to take a dive into Jesus the wrestler here. But I couldn't find anything because it's kind of hard to get this by just typing in indie wrestling Jesus. I got a lot of AI videos, if you can believe that. So this is the only footage I can find of him so far. But I don't think it's a coincidence that the rapture was predicted for September 23rd and 24th with the double feature, the double whammy, double fisting. And then shortly thereafter, we see this. Coinky dink, I don't subscribe to that idea. I think what's most likely what happened is the pastor behind this huge rapture prediction that somehow TikTok ate up. I saw numerous videos of people allegedly, quitting their job. I saw one person who sold a lot of their belongings. This is all things that I've seen in the past with, the 2011 rapture, hoopla. And I also saw a video of someone that's like, I left work early to prepare for the rapture. And it's like, brother, if you thought the rapture was about to happen, why did you even go to work? What the fuck was even the point? You could have just taken the whole day off. Regardless, I think the pastor who made this prediction may have just misunderstood what the message was and what the dates signified. Perhaps it wasn't about, rapturing the believers off earth. Maybe instead of taking from the planet, Jesus wanted to give us something. A beautiful display of whoop-ass. The way he is working these gentlemen in the squared circle is a thing of beauty. He's getting them with, the fucking Sith Lord force chokes. He's getting them with, almost Jean Grey level telekinesis on them. It is impressive stuff. Look at the size of that crowd. They are so densely packed in there. It looks like when the fucking anchovies charged the Krusty Krab. Everyone is there to see the respawn of Jesus. And man, did he deliver. So we see another move here where he's working the other dude like a fucking fleshlight there. He's got him like a puppet. He gave him the word of God and he followed. I can only imagine all of the wacky moves he must have unleashed that we just don't have video footage of. The faithful Frankensteiner. The 10 Commandments tombstone pile driver. I have to wonder, how much ass did Jesus beat in the ring there? He was clearly victorious. He got the pin and everything. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't see who stops him. I feel like he is going to steamroll his way to the title. There is no one that's gonna get in the way of that belt. And I'm really curious, how creative they get with this character. I wonder if they do Money in the Bank matches, but instead of money, it's the Bible. They're both going up the ladder to grab a Bible instead of money or something. I would love to see more of this. I don't even know what indie wrestling promotion this was. I really couldn't find much information on it because I had so little to go off of other than just indie wrestling Jesus, which unfortunately didn't lead me to a cornucopia here or anything. But what I saw in even just this short clip was a lot of fun. It had a big smile on my face. Like, yeah, it's silly, but I still think it was well done. Like, it was a show that was very hyped to even see in a short burst like this. I imagine all of the spectators had a great time. I have to imagine they did the holy shit. It would have fit perfectly here, so I'm pretty confident that chant was probably utilized. And I just find this kind of silly stuff enjoyable. I know in some circles it gets a bad rep in the indie wrestling scene if it's not taken like with the utmost seriousness. If it's not like super buttoned up. But I think this kind of stuff is refreshing here and there. It's clear that they're talented, like they still are wrestling like in a professional capacity. You know, it's not like watching your two drunk uncles grapple in the backyard next to the barbecue. You know, it's still a good show that they put on, albeit a wacky one. So I had fun with it. Chase sent it to me earlier today, so I kind of just wanted to put it on all of your radars here. It really does feel like something we would have like tinkered around with for our own wrestling promotion, the MWL, which I know we haven't done one in over a year now, but there's a variety of reasons for it. Maybe that's better talked about, yapped about in a different video. But point is, I had fun watching this. That's really about it. See ya. There are plenty of things I don't like. Traffic, bad drivers, green eggs and ham, and of course, Nintendo's business practices. That last one I've moaned and groaned on for years, because I love their games, but the way the company is run is the most unfriendly corporation in the gaming space. I don't think they're the greediest, nor do I think they're like the most degenerate or anything. That still firmly belongs to Ubisoft. They wear that crown proudly. I don't know what happens over there at Ubisoft. I guess their workday consists of going in and huffing paint thinner and then eating glue. But it is crazy how out of touch that company is, and everything you could possibly do wrong as a business, they do with a smile on their face. Nintendo is nowhere near that level, but I think Nintendo is just so anti-consumer and very aggressive to the people that love their games. They make incredible games, but they make it abundantly clear they really don't like you to enjoy their products in ways that they don't intend for it to be used. And they are not afraid to bring that fucking hammer down. They throw their meat on the table and say, suck or else. They have many times over the years shut down community events for a variety of reasons. And recently they've put their peepers on a speedrunning charity event called RTA, where they gave them a warning that unauthorized use of the Nintendo games would no longer be permissible by this event. They need Nintendo's permission for them, but they gave them that warning way too late, thus they couldn't get that permission in time. Now, this is an event that's been run for almost a decade now without hiccups. They've run Nintendo games for all these years, and now all of a sudden, Nintendo puts up a big stink about it, saying, whoa, 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 scoundrels, you can't do that, you fucking hooligans, you need our permission for each game here. I guess they just had the itch. They were scratching at their neck looking for something else to shut down from people that love their games, so they went out of their way to target this charity event. And while they're not shutting it down per se, they did just put a big damper on it by forcing the event to have to omit Nintendo games because they didn't get enough time to get Nintendo's permission after receiving their notice. This event's been run for the past 9 years, and then suddenly this time around they received a warning from Nintendo about using games without permission. They do still have hopes that they'll be able to bring Nintendo titles back into this event in the future, but this came so suddenly, way too quickly, that there's no way they can get permission in time for it. Thus, they've had to pull the titles from this upcoming RTA, which starts today. RTA in Japan made the announcement on their website explaining the absence of the titles. Apparently, Nintendo pointed out to the nonprofit on June 13th that organizations require prior permission to use Nintendo games, adding that RTA in Japan's previous use of Nintendo titles was unauthorized, as permission was not obtained in advance. Oh no! That's a big-time crime right there. Unauthorized playing of a Nintendo game. Oh boy. That's some big potatoes right there. But anyway, immediately upon receiving the notification, RTA in Japan began negotiations in the hopes that they could use the titles again for future events, but as of right now, it hasn't really gone anywhere. It's been decided that RTA in Japan will apply for permission on a per-event, per-game basis, basically having to ask Nintendo every single time one of their contestants wants to play through a game even if it has been featured at previous RTA in Japan event. In their announcement, RTA in Japan revealed that they were unable to establish clear guidelines on this process in time for 2025, hence the omission. They also apologized to everyone who had applied to speedrun Nintendo games for the event. This article then goes on to explain the reaction to this. So at first glance, this seems like overprotective Nintendo picking on a small charity event. However, the majority of Japanese-speaking users commenting on the matter took a balanced view of the situation, or even sided with Nintendo, with many saying they understood why Nintendo had taken this action now. RTA in Japan started off as a small volunteer-run effort. However, over the past few years, it has grown into a large public event with major sponsors, and the organizers now registered as a general incorporation association with all the bureaucracy and responsibility that brings. The event's growing prominence is likely what made Nintendo sit up and take notice. Some commenters even said RTA in Japan should have been more responsible and proactively taken measures to ensure that they had Nintendo's permission to avoid disruption to speedrun events. Oh my god. I hate this corporate dick sucking. This should be a positive thing. That this small volunteer-run effort has grown into something that generates real meaningful change and help to charitable organizations. This should be a celebration, not like a, well, you got too big, you should have known, you should have went and sucked on Nintendo's titties over there. Should have begged to be able to play those games there. You should have known. You're not allowed to just play games on the big screen and try and raise money for charity. That's illegal. And you know what? If Nintendo wants you to ask permission, fine. Why couldn't they have told you that months in advance so that way they could actually go through this process and have them present at the RTA in Japan as they have been for so many years previously? Clearly, June 13th wasn't enough time here. This is apparently a pretty long process. Why did they wait so long? Why not give them this notice at the start of the year or something? Why did they wait until there was no time left to possibly get the negotiations settled and get permission to have them played? Why did they wait so long? Why didn't they make that clear explicitly earlier? If this has become so big and it is already so known that Nintendo games are integral and have been woven deeply into the event, why wouldn't that have been made more clear to the organizers way before it was like at the deadline? It doesn't make sense. It's just so unnecessary to begin with, by the way. I don't think there's any justification or excuse for it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. They are playing your games because they love them and they want to use them as a way of generating positive change in the world. I will never be able to wrap my noodle around the Nintendo perception of every player being an enemy. They treat everyone that touches their game as a threat to their company somehow. Unless you are playing that game privately in your own home at all times, you are viewed as like an actual adversary to them. If you play this game in like a public manner in any way, they will put you under the microscope. It doesn't make sense to me. This is a fucking charity event. Again, if Nintendo wants them to ask permission, fine, but maybe just have that be more of like a collaborative effort at that point. Like, hey, we'd really love if you asked us permission so that way we can be like a big part of this. We love what you're doing with this charity speedrunning event. We love that you love our games. Let us be a part of it. Just talk to us first. As opposed to be like, you need our permission for each individual game, and if not, you cannot have us there. We will come after you. Like, that is such a different tone. If they want this to be more collaborative with permission, fine. But give them that warning sooner. And then also, maybe, like, for this one, they could have been like, hey, I know we didn't tell you this in time. You can still play our games this time around. You'll get, like, our expedited permission for this. But just know, for the following event next year, we would like to go through, like, a deeper negotiation and work more together in order to ensure everything is fully authorized. Like, you didn't need to come in here with the fucking sledgehammer. It's a charity event. It should be something to be celebrated. And overall, it's just so pathetic from Nintendo here. Again, it's your games, sure, you can legally do this, but why do you want to be the biggest douchebag on the planet? They're just a bully. They are now bullying a non-profit charity speedrunning event. Unauthorized use of their games. They're just playing them. They are just playing your games while trying to raise money for a really good cause. What kind of company has an issue with that? They're not stepping on your toes or anything. They just love your games and want to play them, speedrun them, and raise money for a good cause. How does that not fit in line with the Nintendo MO of bringing positivity through this art? It's just crazy to me. And unsurprisingly, I've seen a lot of Nintendo drones defending this, as there always will be. There are people that will fight tooth and nail for the honor of Nintendo as they continuously get spit upon by the company, but they love that spit in their mouth. They live for that shit. They do all their PR for free. So there are people saying that it's not that big of a deal. This is a a legal thing, and they gotta ask permission if they want Nintendo games. They're not shutting them down. They're just saying, you need our permission to play those games. And I know I'm about to repeat myself, but it is just a point that needs to be made, strongly. There's, no real way to wiggle out of this checkmate here. If it isn't that big of a deal of, asking permission from Nintendo to play these games, why did they wait until there was no time left for RTA in Japan to get that permission? Why wouldn't they have given them this warning, this notice, much sooner, so that way they could go through this entire process, go through this whole song and dance that Nintendo requires them to do? It does seem like there's a lot of moving parts to it. Why wouldn't they tell them this and get this going many months ago? This event has become big enough that clearly Nintendo is aware. They could have easily reached out to them and let them know much earlier this year. So that way they would have had time and they would have gotten the permission to be here. Instead, they waited until there was absolutely no time on the clock. They couldn't get the buzzer beater negotiations over the finish line. Thus, they just had to remove the Nintendo games or else face potential punishment. I don't understand how anyone could look at this and think Nintendo's in the right here. If they want you to have to ask permission, fine. But make that clear way in advance so that way they can do that. I don't think there's a strong defense for it. Now, I've made it clear I have no plans of buying Nintendo property again until this company has a drastic overhaul. I know, what a brave hero. But I keep getting asked, what do I think of DK Bonanza and all that? I think the game looks great. I have no plans of getting it. I don't have a Nintendo Switch 2. I have no plans of buying a Nintendo Switch 2. Even though I'm the biggest FromSoft fanboy there is, I am so fucking deep in the hypnotism that I must consume all FromSoft. Their upcoming Switch 2 exclusive game, Duskbloods, still not going to be getting it if Nintendo as a company doesn't change, or at least show that they're willing to work more with the community and go in a better direction. It's shit like this is exactly why. I can't stand it. It's so incredibly unnecessary. It's a speedrunning charity event. I find it so weird how successful companies have been at brainwashing people to side with them always. It's become very common for people to side with a corporation over an individual now. Now, granted, in this case, the speedrunning event, the charity event, is a company too, but it is a non-profit organization that solely is doing this to generate money for a charitable good cause, using products that they own to make a positive impact. And somehow people are still going against them, blaming them, saying that they were in the wrong, just because Nintendo said so. Because Nintendo reached out at the last minute saying, no, you can't play our games because you didn't get our permission. You need to get our permission. Let's start. When there was no time to start and finish that negotiation. Thus, they had to get rid of those games, which are a big part of the event, apparently. I just don't know how people can be at this point where all of a sudden they look at that and be like, yeah, Nintendo was super right. It's just super weird to me. Anyway, just wanted to yap about this a bit. That's it. See ya. I'll just make a middle-aged mother who really wants to speak to the manager of the WWE, and then she meets Vince McMahon and he just fucking stone-cold stunners her or something. Something poetic. Yeah, it's definitely gotta be blonde. Well, maybe not that blonde. It looks like she's going Super Saiyan because the GameStop manager declined the trade-in. Somewhere in here, maybe. That's a physical specimen right there. How jacked can I make her? Alright, I'll make a small, but really, that's the lowest height you can go in this game. There's plenty of heights smaller than 5'6". Fuck you, 2K. Yeah, it's tough being 5'6", I guess, man. Even the video games don't respect us. Just randomize it. Wow, I made Bane. I'm fine with that. I'm really here for Karen's story. The riveting tale of how her husband doesn't love her anymore. Man, I'm really staring down that milk hard. What? Is this like a middle school? Why are we having school lunches with little milk cartons?
But I never thought it would happen so soon. For Red or her
miscarriage. She did this while pregnant. Huge mistake. Yeah! Take this, bitch! Yeah! My kid's an honor roll student! Oh, my kid'll fuck your kid! Oh, God. This is chaos. This is chaos. The book club has gone sour. Good lord. Ladies, there's no need to fight over the gluten-free alternatives at Whole Food. We all know it's mine. No, I'm still getting fucked up. Get me out of here! JR, help! I'm going home! Yeah! Run, Karen! They've lost their goddamn minds! Look at that agility, that speed. Blistering. What the fuck is this? A graveyard of ladders? Good lord, Karen, show some fucking mercy. She's dead already. That's it, I'm walking the plank. How can I walk this ladder into the crowd? Oh, I've got the kendo stick. Please, I'm trying to win now. Knock it over, Karen. Whatever. God damn it. Get reversed, bitch. I will get that briefcase full of vaccines and destroy it. I will save the world from autism. Wow, I got tased. There is no defense. Oh, the mighty boot from the world's most single mother. I won't stop until the whole arena is nothing but ladders. Shit. Nope, might as well get another one. Perfect. I'll have this bitch looking like a Home Depot. I can't do anything. Push it over, Karen! Push it over! I've hit every goddamn button on my controller. Oh, there it is. What do you mean Red's setting up for something big? Karen's setting up for something big. It's called the refund. Her special move. Shit. Come on, Karen, we've got it. Who is this? No, there's no time for a rim job. Thanks for the resub, bees and train. Oh yes! It's a budget Walmart Bane! The guy I made. Sweet Jesus Christ! Slap her in the pussy! Tickle her vagina! I've seen it work in tons of porn.
I don't think I've seen you dressed up since our senior prom.
It was a great one-night stand, please get out.
You have the list.
Her hair's moving around like it fucking Zoidberg's
Seriously?
face.
I put in really old, valuable magnet, right?
Just get it out of there.
Speaking purely from a graphical perspective, this may possibly be one of the best displays of talent I've seen in a while.
Just an old.
God, there's better animations and graphics if you just get two action figures and collide them together. I guess all the budget went into customization, which I'm fine with, I guess. It says Choco Mill. They put an H instead of a K.
What do you think?
How do you even make that mistake?
Seriously.
In fact, WWE action movies are some of the finest pieces of cinematic art ever produced.
What kind of propaganda is this? They're stinkers.
To appear in one.
They suck ass. Fat ass. Stinky ass, like a Rikishi stink-faced ass.
Awesome wrestling names.
Into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Be in a WWE video game.
Win a
You don't want that one. You might want to cross that one off.
Your face. What are you two
Oh,
doing?
shit.
This table is reserved for wrestling team members only.
My tits just look like two giant biceps.
Huge mistake.
Where'd the sound go? Did my character eat it? Now I'm fucking getting it. This is what wrestling is all about. You have no answer to this. My offense is flawless. No, 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 no! She stole my plan. I was gonna beat her ass out here and then run in. No! Does anyone know CPR in the crowd? For the love of God. Sweet Jesus, help! This isn't scripted! Take this! That's just gonna be the only move I use, and then get her with some of these. You guys like this? You like it? Let's get some crowd noise! Yeah! Murder! Curb stomp! Woohoo! Yeah! Woohoo! I'm flattening those titties. I look like Brienne of Tarth out here, just laying it down. Yeah, we're 3 months sober. And we're angry. Yeah! Don't move. I'm not done yet. I haven't had my pound of flesh. This one's for the spectators. For my city. Shit! Oh god, not a cookie tray. Whoa! The strategy! That's big. That's big. Backflip. Would gravity even allow us to backflip? Is it possible? No! Defying everything we know about physics.
Get my own action figure? Become WWE Divas champion? Is this some kind of WWE?
She looks like she can't read. And there's nothing on that page.
Semi-posable plastic is the great.
What? Like this?
That was a huge mistake.
Oh no! I've unleashed Hothead Red! I'm gonna take that.
Wait, that's an actual child in the background. Isn't this supposed to be high school? What is that, a baby genius?
Service, she won't know to flip her over. That's right. I'm gonna give your grandmother bed sores.
What is wrong with you?
These are all children.
Deep breaths.
These are the 5 oldest people here.
Done talking.
This is what happens.
That kid is floating. He's not even on his chair. Who is that, 11? No!
Now her face matches her nickname.
Nobody in the background here, none of these kids are enjoying this. They're on my side. They all feel bad. Just stoic expressions across the board. What the fuck is going on? Just a shitty game in 2019.
What? I'm not gonna do any of those things anyway.
It's an anti-gravity backpack. What? You poor shits don't have an anti-gravity backpack? You must get bullied at school.
On the internet.
What, do you actually wear it?
I bet a bunch of
Pathetic.
those are repeat views.
See? This is what I'm talking about. I can't even open my locker.
What's your combination?
Just smash it in your hands, Karen.
I think.
Those meaty claws.
A lot tougher than they look.
I'm surprised he gets bullied. He's got a jetpack at school. That's a cool looking guy. That's a really cool looking guy. He's definitely selling drugs to children.
Keep the reward points.
Sir, you're too small to be driving a vehicle.
Trip to someplace warm, and you're...
I think it's about time 2K finally stops making story modes. I take that back though, because I enjoy the beautiful awfulness of them, like NBA 2K's story mode, some of the worst shit in the world. This is up there for sure.
We're finally
So I can
doing
appreciate
it.
them, but
Our very
objectively they are
first
so
list
fucking
item.
awful. I don't know why they do
Train
it.
at the dungeon.
Way to go before we can be mentioned in the same sentence as those legends.
Hey,
Everyone
close
has
the
to start
window. My
somewhere,
hair's
right?
blowing around.
And the dungeon
No,
is
I'm
a
kidding. It
great
does that
place
no
to
matter what
start.
for some reason.
I still can't believe your parents. Well, here we go.
God, the world's worst looking trick-or-treaters.
Hey there. I bet you're here for breakfast.
And who is this guy? Why does he keep showing up in the loading screen? Who is this retired porn star? Alright, I lost. Just call it. I don't want to be here. Oh, holy shit. Little cunnilingus, and we pop it down. Also, fuck your partner.
You appear in WWE like 3 times?
4, if you count the time I helped carry Macho Man to the ring on his fancy chair gimmick.
Why is there so much
No,
dialogue?
it's a chair, not a car.
I can bring this out to the
Christ.
0. But you should be.
Oh, look, it's the old, it's the old happy holiday pedophile.
Can't believe
Yeah, high five.
Career was
You'll actually be facing
Jesus
Red tonight
Christ.
in her first ever.
What is that, an android?
Wow. It's an honor.
Jesus, she's
We
fucking
actually watch
coked
you on
out of her
NXT all the
mind.
time.
Those
And that's
eyes.
when my friend Trey
She's
here
seeing
is
the
popping her
future.
laptop and watching weird videos of who knows what.
She's kidding. I told you to stay out of my browser history.
Wait, did you say this is her first ever match?
You're looking the wrong way.
Yeah, Red's only been training for about 3 months.
Is she
but
blind?
Don't take her lightly. She's
Are we
really
wrestling a
good.
blind woman?
3 months? It took me longer than that to get here. And what kind of stupid name is Red? If anything, with your lack of experience.
God, what kind of ghost is pulling on my Karen's hair? Karen, there's a ghost pulling your hair. Quick,
That
run.
accent is funny.
Is all that pretty white snow out there?
God, it's like an
Stay
antenna on a
wet with
car's
your
hood.
blood. And then gonna go stretch.
Should I tell anyone with kids to leave?
Nah, she'll be fine. I hope.
Yeah, thank God he doesn't have to make the kids leave. Am I right? Fucking Riley the Flash. He didn't get that name for nothing. He's gonna be flashing some shit out there. Don't worry, I've got this one in the bag. Yeah! A fiery start. The moment is on my side. Yeah! This one's for Riley. Everyone hide your kids. Yeah! From the top turnbuckle. Oh, coming crashing down. From the top turnbuckle. Oh, what a brutalization. I kind of regret not making her hair longer now since the hair physics are so fucked up.
Was injured.
Is that who I think it is?
Good lord, it's Wayne
That's
Gretzky.
right. It's me, the King of Cuteville, Prince Pretty. Unfortunately, I slipped on some ice and stubbed my turning toe.
I thought you said I wasn't ready.
You're not, but I liked what I saw from you out there during Red's match, and also I don't have any other options.
All right, I'll do it. First match.
Bro, what if it turns out the writer of this game was like Louis C.K. or some other like big comedian? Man, how silly would we feel?
I'll post.
This guy looks more like Sonic the Hedgehog than the new movie coming out for it. Who am I fighting? We didn't... Oh my god, I'm fighting... Oh no. Introducing Not a Sex Offender. I'm getting on the turnbuckle again, baby. It's a big one. Woohoo! Thank God, yes, 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 thank you, Riley. Please, just don't make me play the game anymore. I'm here for the story. Has Charlie made a video on the AI praying apps yet? We talked about those on stream quite a bit. I already talked about the newest one, where you pay $2 a minute to talk to AI Jesus. Honestly, that might be another good pivot for Newbird. You might as well. Yeah, it's $2 a minute, right, to talk with AI Jesus? Am I misremembering? Let me see. Yeah, $1.99 per minute to video chat with AI Jesus. Thought so. AI Jesus app, just like me, charges $2 per minute to video chat with a digital Christ trained on the King James Bible. The faith-based AI market is growing. The faith-based AI market, by the way. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Just a complete dismantling of faith right in front of your eyes. Did you know you can just pray for free? Ah! What? You're speaking crazy. What? But you can't see and hear Jesus through your computer screen if you're not paying. The only way to form that relationship is through the faith-based AI market. Just like me. Sickening shit, bro. Sickening. Costs regular users more than $600 annually. CEO Chris Breed runs the company with co-founder and investor Jeff Tinsley. Monthly package priced at $50. Offers 45 minutes of conversation time. I didn't dive super deep into this because we had already covered another AI Jesus scam. This one blows that out of the water. Holy fuck. This is like turbo heretical. Oh, wow. Who falls for this? The easy cop-out answer is just defaulting to saying it's all old people, but it's just not. It's not. People of all types fall for it. Oh, there's apparently a statement from him here. You do feel a little accountable to the AI, Breed told the Associated Press. They're your friend. You've made an attachment. Yeah. That's good. We need to exploit that. That's what we want. We want people to form an attachment to their AI. Is this a video
I hear
of it?
your request for prayer. Break. Father God, I lift my dear friend Krista before you. Breaking.
For $1.99 per minute, the tech company Just Like Me is taking having a personal relationship with Jesus to new levels.
Psalmist says, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want."
Users of the platform can join video calls with an AI-generated Jesus that remembers previous conversations.
This is not a replacement for human connection. At the same time, people are spending so much time in the social world just scrolling.
It's part of a larger...
Oh my god, that's the biggest load of fucking baloney I've ever heard in my life. What a slimy asshole. You're charging $2 a minute to talk to AI Jesus, or $50 a month to have 45 minutes of conversation with AI Jesus.
At the same time, people are spending so much time in the social world just scrolling.
It's part of a larger boom of AI tools designed with religion in mind, from AI Jesuses to Buddhist priests like this one.
Emmy is supposed to be a Zen friend, someone who helps human beings in their Zen practice.
I tried just like me's AI Jesus, first asking it a simple question.
How many books of the Bible are in the New Testament?
The New Testament contains 27 books.
Then I made it a little more complicated.
Is AI gonna take our jobs?
The scriptures remind us that every skill is a gift from God. He calls us to be faithful stewards of those gifts. Seek wisdom and prayer as you navigate.
This cost her like $50, by the way.
But when I asked it to pray for me, things didn't go quite as smoothly.
May you give her peace that passes all understanding. Break. Guide her steps with your loving light. Break. Deep breath. May she feel hope surrounding her. Breaks. May the Holy Spirit.
Yes, I can feel it.
Her mind now. Brace.
Break.
But for some of these apps, there's been more than a few glitches.
So there's been issues already.
Speaking in tongues. That's what that is. Not issues.
Jesus GPTs, but other versions as well, where they give misinformation and disinformation out. There's been concerns about data privacy.
Incredible. Incredible. Amazing. That's Paula White Kane rates. Oh, I bet Paula's pissed that she didn't think of it first. Isn't this the most blasphemous shit possible? It's up there. It is definitely up there. I also like how Chris Breed didn't bother to show his face in that. He had to bring out dumbass Jeff Tinsley. Oh, it's not like a replacement. It's just, you pay us and we'll have AI Jesus talk with you. When Associated Press asked the AI about the relationship between artificial intelligence and religion, Digital Jesus said it views AI as a tool that can help people explore scripture like a lamp that lights a path while we walk with God. So why does that tool cost a ton of money? That, again, just that doesn't track with what's in the scripture. Graham Martin, a podcast host and atheist who's tested similar religious AI apps, said he grew concerned when one platform's AI Jesus prompted him to upgrade to a premium subscription. Listen, sorry, I love you, like you're my children, whatever, but you're a brokey. So if you want to keep yapping with me, you want to keep blabbering, you're going to have to upgrade to that premium subscription. You feel me, Squirt? You get me? Okay. Prayer's over. Peace be with you. Crazy shit, man. Actually crazy. I love you, my son. Please put more money in the slot. This breaks character, hey, bro. You gotta upgrade to get into heaven. Unironically, that's where it's going. Like, you're making a joke, but that's 1000% what it wants to do. Even Chris Breed is kind of open about it. They're your friend, you've made an attachment. What he wants is people to get attached to AI Jesus and eventually believe that they need to converse with AI Jesus. They need to confess to AI Jesus. Thus, they're paying and paying and paying. And if they want to, get into heaven, they have to keep paying AI Jesus. And if they stop, well, they've forsaken Jesus. That's absolutely what he's preying on. That is 1000% what they want in game. The 11th commandment, buy premium. Yeah. Wild thing is, it's not even a good AI chatbot, just using bottom of the barrel. It's true. It's fucking terrible at the one thing it's supposed to do.
I hear your request for prayer. Her mind now. Brace.
But for some of these apps,
she feel hope surrounding her. Breaks. May the Holy Spirit gently calm her mind now. Brace.
It's unbelievable how bad it is at the only thing it is designed to do. You think your parents would ever fall for AI scams? I really don't think so. My parents are hyper vigilant on AI. Isn't just blasphemy, it's idolatry, which is also one of the most heinous of sins. Yep. That is true. BuddhaBot. They have a Buddha AI for Buddhist scriptures. Nice. A humanoid robot monk. Build to assist the clergy. This one is actually worse than I thought it would be. I didn't dive too deep into it last time, but wowee. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. AI posing as relatives is scary. We already talked about that phenomenon. It is. The Bible is free. Not if you want the real Bible, the one with Trump's signature on it, bro. Bible is free. Get out of here. $60. That's what it costs to get the real truth. That's bare minimum. You should be paying $1,000 for the inside cover Donald Trump signature as well. That reminds me, I saw a story about how a family got their mom an AI son clone to replace the one that died in a car accident. Nobody told the mom he died and thinks she's talking to him. If that's real, that's one of the saddest fucking things I've ever heard. I did not hear of that story. I see an MSN in South Morning China post about it. A family in China creates AI clone to keep son alive for elderly mother. The virtual son talks to the mother every day via video call at a chat app. The mother often urges the son to eat well, wear warm clothes, and pay attention to his personal safety when going out. Oh my god, this is so fucking sad. You should call me more often so I know whether you live well or not in another city. Missing you so much, feel sorry that I cannot see you in person. So the son replies, okay, Mom, I am too busy. I cannot talk to you for a long time. You take care of yourself. When I've made enough money, I will return home to pay my filial piety to you? I don't know what that means. That is heartbreaking stuff, man. Yikes. It's like paying back your parents for what they've given to you. It's also filial. Oh, I'd never heard of that term. There's a data center that's going to be built in Illinois that's going to be the size of Central Park or 600 football fields. Yeah, there's data centers sprouting up everywhere. Buckle your seatbelt, man. They're coming to your neighborhood at some point, too. You just wait. Bro, there's already data centers built in the ocean. Is there? I remember hearing that they were planning to do that. Did they actually already do that? In China, undersea data centers. I don't know if any of them are complete yet. It looks like they're still testing and constructing. Microsoft, I'm sure the fish love it. I'm sure it's good for everything. I bet the AI data centers, when they're planted in the bottom of the ocean, probably help like all the coral, all the aquatic life, probably really good for the ocean as well. Like everything probably benefits, just like people. Everyone loves when an AI data center gets built in their neighborhood. It's a benefit to everybody. Nothing but upside. The people working in it would be so miserable. Get a load of this guy. He thinks people are going to work in the data center. That's cute. I can't even fault you for it. Genuinely, I can't. I get it. Data centers don't do that, man. They're not going to employ people. It's temp jobs for the construction, then it's just done. No more humans there. All that shit that they spew from the small towns that do go against what the residents want and put the data centers up, they're lying. It doesn't actually create jobs. It gives temp work to construction. Then once the construction's done, it's done. That's it. Everyone loses on a data center. Only a couple to overlook the center. Yeah, you got like your land maintenance guy. You probably have like your inspector who comes in occasionally, and then maybe security. That's probably it. And you probably have like a couple of staffers as well when they're first up and running. You see the shoe company pivoting to AI and the stock jumped 800%. Allbird. I didn't look into that, but I kept seeing that pop up on tons of headlines. Basically, it was a complete failure of a shoe company. And then they made like this announcement that they're going all in on AI to get like a bunch of, I don't even know what it was, GPUs and like selling computation power to AI services or something. And then all of a sudden everyone just pumped their stock. I don't know. I didn't look into it. But yeah, this felt like a very interesting thing. Allbird shares soar on a very 2026 pivot to AI. Shares of Allbirds, the 2010s pioneer of trendy sneakers, I've never heard of them, and eco-conscious millennial marketing took flight in an almost comical fashion Wednesday morning after the company announced an extremely 2026 pivot, abandoning its environmental agenda and getting into the AI business. Literally every company on the planet The stock, which had been in the gutter since November 2021, shot up more than 600%, closed at $14.50, up 582% from Tuesday's close. Catalyst came from Allbirds' announcement that the company, once valued at $4 billion, would soon reemerge as a new entity with a focus on AI. What? No one's ever done this! Oh, I see why everyone started pumping it. Wow, nobody's doing that. What the fuck? Can you do that? Oh my god. Wow. Essentially, it's going to buy and rent out computing power to tech startups? It's genius. Whoa. The shift comes just weeks after Allbirds sold its footwear assets and branding to American Exchange Group, which specializes in selling licensed fashion accessories with already existing recognizable brand names for just $39 million. Oh, I bet this company's going to kill it in AI, though. They took a $4 billion business and sold it for $39 million. NFT bros are coming in their little trousers right now with those kind of returns. That's fucking business, baby. That's the kind of company that's going to be trailblazing in AI. Again, a highly underutilized market. No one's touching AI right now. They're bucking the trend. They're going where no brands dare to go. Into an AI pivot? Fuck! These guys are brave. These guys are so brave. Allbirds, which will be rechristened New Bird AI. Oh, God, that hurts. Eek. Yikes. Terrible name. New Bird AI. Ooh, more like No Bitches AI. Yikes. Said it executed a $50 million deal with an unnamed institutional investor to acquire high-performance GPU assets to begin transitioning into a fully integrated GPU as a service. Yes! Oh, I can't wait to hear who this unnamed investor is. We just signed... Actually, I'll make it known right now. I just signed a $200 million deal with an unnamed source in order to deliver more finals streams, guys. I didn't want to make it too known, but now I'm in the spirit. That's right. I'll make the investor known one day. One day. Dead Parrot. Despite the stock's sudden surge, though, Allbirds remains a shell of its former self. Market value was shy of $150 million at Wednesday's closing bell. Worth underscoring, the sneakers to AI pivot is not exactly part of the standard corporate playbook, and the novelty may have amplified investors' early enthusiasm. Investors, these are just brainless drones, man. These are actual, just like, hype goblins seeking out any kind of quick pump and dump. Investors, my fucking left butt cheek. I might short this. I'm not like a big stock guy, but this feels like the easiest, safest short of all time. Am I crazy? I feel like everyone's doing that now, though, so it probably won't work. I imagine genuinely everyone is shorting this right now. This is just so baloney. This is just such barnacles. Still not as annoying as Crypto Bros, but it's damn close. I would say it's getting to Crypto Bro level. Like, you're right. I think Crypto Bro's still more cringe, but this is like right there. Like, one little fucking pube away from that level of cringe. Because it's every company. Genuinely all of them. This is a failing shoe company that all of a sudden just said, okay, we're pulling the emergency lever, AI, and then they're just getting showered with money. Apparently, Allbird was a Kickstarter company that sold shoes made with recycled sugarcane and eucalyptus. Ironically, Time magazine even praised their shoes because it reduced carbon emissions. And now look at them, fully pivoting into AI, the antithesis of that. You'll love to see it. It's a feel-good story. The name may have changed, but the values are still there. Allbird lives on in New Bird AI. Saving the world, one grok bikini photo at a time. The shift is notable for another reason. Allbirds' low-profile, sustainable, wool-based shoes quickly became the Silicon Valley wardrobe staple when they launched in 2016, arguably the peak of the lowercase L liberal do-gooder era of retail. What the hell is that? What the fuck is that? When marketers convinced upwardly mobile office workers that they could simply shop their way to low-carbon, zero-waste future they believed was in reach. Okay, that I remember. That's what they call it? I haven't heard that term. Allbirds were more than sneakers. They were political statements alerting wearers' status to fellow members of the coastal millennial techno-optimist tribe. Oh my god. What the fuck am I... This can't be real. This is so embarrassing. What? Yes, I consider myself something of a techno-optimist. You can tell by the shoes on my feet. You and I feel we'll get along. This narwhal does bacon at midnight, thanks for asking. Now, the go-to tech worker accessory has become the tech itself, and the tech itself is just the abstract promise of compute to power AI products that aren't exactly turning a profit yet. But any day now they will. That's the good thing about it. They're actually going to be spitting and shitting money. It's coming, and it's going to trickle down to the rest of us. It always does. That doesn't mean the new brand, new bird AI is doomed, but it does illustrate Silicon Valley and Wall Street's seeming willingness to reward any company that slaps the words artificial intelligence into its pitch decks. True. Very true. It's a virus. A genuine fucking virus. Underscoring just how much has changed since Allbirds' heyday, the new company also plans to abandon its foundational commitments to environmental conservation. What? I can't believe it! The AI company is now abandoning environmental conservation efforts? Why, I never! The company, which one touted sustainability in every step, was established as a certified B Corp, or a for-profit business with higher than usual standards for its social and environmental impact. But its new business is a notoriously energy-intensive process, so the company plans to ask shareholders next month to approve a charter amendment to remove references to the company being operated for the environmental conservation public benefit, according to the regulatory filing, which will be approved. No doubt. After seeing the stock pump, no doubt. To be sure, Allbirds' footwear business hadn't been going great lately. I certainly never heard of it. The company stumbled as it grew rapidly, opening dozens of stores across multiple continents, but failing to move enough inventory to make them profitable. Allbirds has gone from being a high flyer to a dead parrot. Yeah, I mean, they sold a $4 billion business for 39 mil. That's like phase stock. That's brutal. Genuinely brutal. The reason for the lack of traction was that Allbirds' sustainability pitch has never been a key consideration for most footwear consumers who are more concerned about style, price, and comfort. When in doubt, pivot. Allbird is hardly the first to do a full 180 to chase momentum around new tech. It's also not uncommon for such pivots to signify a bit of irrational exuberance in the market. Take one-time soft drink maker Long Island Iced Tea Corp, which capitalized on the crypto craze of 2017 to rebrand as a blockchain technology company, even renaming itself Long Blockchain. What? While the initial pivot sent the stock up 380%, it didn't quite work out in the long run. The Securities and Exchange Commission charged 3 people with insider trading, the company never became an operational player in blockchain tech, and its shares were delisted in 2021. I had no clue. I never even heard that. Well, that's positive historical data to pull from for new bird investors. It's looking good. The future's looking bright. Surely AI compute infrastructure won't go the way of crypto craze and NFTs. Wouldn't do that. Showing no signs of it. And as the tide has turned for crypto, several Bitcoin mining firms have restructured themselves to focus on AI infrastructure instead, but the extreme market reaction to Allbirds' move may be without precedent. Motivation behind the corporate pivot is sensible, the market reaction less so. A 6x or 7x move for a company that is literally ditching its prior business model for one in which it has no demonstrated expertise says quite a bit about a market froth and investor willingness to chase moves. Yeah, because these people don't care. These worms, they do not care. If it says AI, they will put their money into it. They won't give it even a second of thought. It doesn't matter. Silicon Valley, the article, heard like 50 buzzwords and multiple nothing statements. Pretty much. I mean, pretty much. Yeah, that sounds about right. Just trying to dump the bag onto someone else. That was the entire NFT pitch. Dump the bag onto someone else. Don't be the last one holding the bag, dick in your hand. And that is exactly the same shit that's happening right now. Let's see what's going on with New Bird. Have they even begun doing anything besides this partnership with an unnamed investor for $50 million to acquire high-performance GPUs? This could be anyone. They might have partnered with God to just manifest infinite high-performance GPUs for New Bird AI. I'm excited to see who it is. Can't wait. Don't these guys make running shoes? Not anymore. That's for the birds. That's caveman shit. They now make nothing. Literally nothing, by the way. They actually don't have anything. They have a statement. They have literally an idea. The idea of them doing something that literally every other company on the planet is doing. Guys, we're no longer making anything. Instead, AI. Thoughts, money, thoughts, money. And they have nothing to show. There's nothing. Well, hopefully it crashes pretty soon. So that way I can put some money into this shit. New Birds to the moon, baby. They're gonna pop off. I feel it. I really do. Who's their CEO? Let me take a peek at this guy. I bet he's awesome. Tim Brown, co-founder and co-chairman of Allbird. Let's see. It sounds like he gave an announcement. Tim Brown's journey from footballer to founder.
We talk a lot about leadership, and certainly in an entrepreneurial context, the cult of the singular leader. And in my experience, we talk a lot.
That is the most Silicon Valley dog shit opening I've ever heard in my life. Actual nothingness.
Less about teams, and we miss the idea that almost always a team is led by multiple people and forces, of which there's usually one public figure and many other highly influential components that are oftentimes hidden that we miss. And they connect a group and point it forward. And there's a mechanical, strategic aspect of that, and then there's a sort of a spiritual and emotional kind of energy that comes when a group is kind of moving in the right direction.
What are you fucking talking about? What, you said nothing. The question was about your journey to founder, and you said nothing. Actually, nothing was said, man. What a great leader. Go to the Allbirds subreddit top. Apparently, they fired all their employees 2 months ago with only a 3-hour notice. Okay, that sounds cool. So, do they not have any employees? So now it's a company that has no employees, and the founder just said, AI! We're AI now! Now we're New Bird AI! And people are giving him money? Is that actually what's happening? Well, maybe he's going to have ChatGPT run it for him. ChatGPT is going to be his sole employee. Dear team, I'm writing to share difficult news. After careful consideration, we have made the difficult decision to permanently close a number of our U.S. full-price retail stores, which includes your store. Consequently, January 26 marks your last day of employment. Despite great efforts, these stores have not achieved sustainable performance. This is not a reflection of your effort or execution. The work was meaningful and impactful, but not sufficient to reach our objective. So sorry to hear about this, OP. Allbirds did not handle this well at all. I'm an Allbirds nerd, and this is really making me reconsider continuing to buy their products. Well, good news, you don't even have to consider it because they don't have any products anymore. They got rid of all their products in order to have nothing. But you can invest in the concept of a business that has the word AI attached to it. So, all in all, a net win. From nothing to nothing. Started from the bottom, and the bottom is where it stays, but with a new name, which is exciting. Investing in thoughts and shit is so true. Actually, so true. Tim Brown said a thought he had in his head, and I liked it. So here's a lot of money invested in his company, even though there's nothing there. It's not even really a company at the moment. Yeah, that's right. I'm yapping about Piotr Zarek again today. The Polish CEO multimillionaire whose name sounds like a Sith Lord. Darth Piotr has spawned global outrage after this clip has just gone insano style. Pretty much anyone with eyeballs on the planet has now seen this, but just in case you've somehow missed it, I'll post the replay for you here on the Jumbotron. Piotr is the scrawny, slimy worm beast man creature that stole that hat from the hands of the child next to him. A tennis player named Majuzak was giving that hat to the kid. He is a fan of his, so he was giving him the hat after celebrating a victory, and Piotr comes in there and just fucking gets his grubby paws on it and snatches it right out of the kid's hands, and you can even hear the child say, "No, what are you doing?" Just a big mess here, disgusting behavior on display from Piotr. This act of greed earned him the ire of pretty much everyone with a soul on this planet. He just blatantly steals that hat from the kid, and then ignores the kid who is like, yelling to try and get his attention to give it back, but it's falling on deaf ears because Piotr's already plugged his ears to it. The story does ultimately have a happy ending though, because this was so big, Majuzak heard about it and then gave that kid another hat as well as an autograph, took a picture with him, so the kid ultimately did get to meet his favorite tennis player and all of that, and Piotr and his reputation went straight down the shitter, just as it deserved to. Now, in the midst of the chaos of this story, there were multiple statements that were given, allegedly from Piotr himself, also apparently one from his wife, and then also one from a law firm that represents him, and then another from a lawyer that represents him. All of this, turns out, was just a bunch of dirty barnacles. In the video I made covering this, I said that I highly doubted any of it was legitimate. It seems to be a common trend that whenever there is a big story like this that blows up, there are a bunch of people that scramble to post a bunch of fake, fraudulent information in regards to it and present it as authentic in order to get engagement and clicks to make money off of it. In this case, they were pretending to be Piotr, pretending to be a law firm, and threatening to sue anyone that shot spitballs at him and shit, and it was all phony baloney nonsense. Today, though, he has given an actual official statement here. So now we have straight from his filthy lips directly into my asshole, his stance on everything that unfolded. This was posted on his company's website. Due to the situation that occurred during Kamil Majuzak's match at the US Open, I would like to offer my sincere apology to the injured boy, his family, all the fans, and the player himself. Now, worth noting, this is translated. I think there is some mistranslations here. Calling the child injured, I don't know if he meant in a metaphorical sense, this kid was really excited to get this gift and I took it from him, thus causing a psychological injury, or if he really thought that he ripped the hat so hard from this boy's hands that he broke his fingers or some shit. So I do think there is a chance that there's a little confusion here with direct translations maybe not being entirely accurate. But I would like to mention something that is entirely accurate, is that hygiene is extremely important and you need to take it far more seriously, which is why you should be getting our soap, Cheeky. Our soap at usecheeky.com is the best soap you'll ever find, and right now for Labor Day we're doing a big sale where it's 20% off the entire store, baby. So go wild, now's the perfect time to get the best soap in the world, highly moisturizing, and it smells amazing. Now back to Piotr. I made a grave mistake. In the midst of my emotions, amidst the crowd's celebration after my victory, I believed the tennis player was handing this cap to me for my sons who had previously asked for autographs. Again, I think there is wiggle room for a mistranslation. I cannot imagine he actually said amidst the crowd's celebration after my victory. After I won my tennis match, Machuzak was coming over to congratulate me with his hat. I feel like it's supposed to be after his victory, or maybe after the victory in general, or after like the conclusion of the match. I cannot imagine Piotr said after my victory. Can you just imagine that level of delusion, to be so obsessed with yourself? Well, everyone here was clearly showing up because they wanted to see Piotr in the stands. They wanted to take a glimpse of me in the spectators area. And all the tennis players, well, they're performing for my amusement, my entertainment, so really it is my victory at the end of the day. That's fucking unhinged. I cannot imagine that's what he was actually trying to express there. But anyway, this mistaken belief caused me to instinctively reach out. Today I know I did something that seemed like deliberately taking a souvenir from a child. It wasn't my intention, but that doesn't change the fact that I hurt the boy and disappointed the fans. The cap was given to the boy, and an apology to the family. I hope I have at least partially repaired the harm. I also want to make it clear, neither I, my wife, nor my sons commented on this situation on social media or on any website. We did not use the services of any law firm in this regard. All alleged statements appearing online are not ours. Unsurprisingly, he's trying the confusion approach here. Oh, I misunderstood. I thought the hat was intended for these meaty claws right here. I didn't realize he was giving it to the kid next to me. Whoops, I feel so silly and so bad about the mix-up here, which I think everyone could have predicted was coming, but we have very clear video footage that shows it wasn't some innocent mix-up. He literally rips it from the kid's hands, and the kid even says, "No, what are you doing?" and even tries to get his attention multiple times, but gets ignored by Piotr. If it was some kind of honest mistake, I imagine a sensible human being would hear that and see the response from the kid and be like, "Oh, I messed up. This was meant for you. I'm sorry." And you also would imagine that if he thought the hat was made for him, why did he have to rip it from someone else's hands? Like, was he not confused on, like, the resistance? Like, why is this kid trying to take my hat? Like, surely, at some point, he would have thought about what just happened here and recognized, like, oh, this wasn't intended for me. But that's clearly not what happened. He knew this was meant for the kid. He rips it from the kid's hands. He robs the kid of that hat that Machuzak was gifting to him. And then he puts it in his bag because he was very greedy. And now that everyone's really upset and they caught him red-handed here, hand in the fucking cookie jar, he's trying this excuse of, oh, I just didn't know. And now I feel really bad about it. Man, all this egg on my face, am I right? Jeez, whoops-a-daisy. I can't imagine anyone will read that and think that he is being honest, because we can clearly see in the video the real story. So I don't think that excuse flies. He's directly addressing all of the fake statements that were popping up like weeds. And I've already seen people dismiss this as him trying to cover his own ass because the statements weren't received well. I am no Piotr fan, I think that much is clear. I'm not exactly a big enthusiast for this piece of shit. But if you read those statements with any level of, like, critical thinking skills, you should notice that there is a lot wrong with it, especially his wife's statement. His wife's statement reads like someone fucking ran the script of Food Fight through Babelfish 5 different times and then puked out some incomprehensible gobbledygook. Like, it is nearly incoherent. Like, these statements that apparently came from him and his lawyers and his wife, they are just nonsensical, and there's no evidence to suggest it actually comes from them. They are just completely unverified random comments, random posts on a random forum that people took screenshots of and circulated on Twitter and parading around like it was really from Piotr and people associated with him, with nothing to suggest that was the case. But now that he's saying, like, we never made a statement or anything, people are like, oh, you're lying. Oh, you're super lying. Now I know all of those statements from the previous days. Those are real. Those are real, and you're trying to hide that fact. It's just crazy. It's unhinged. Piotr is a piece of shit. This guy is a turbo douchebag asshole 100%. But I do believe him that they didn't make any of those statements. I'm very confident this is the first peep out of his mouth, and everyone associated with him has probably stayed very tight-lipped on it as well. Those statements, again, have no evidence to suggest they ever came from him or anyone even close to him. Just a random fucking post that people are attributing to Piotr and his wife and shit. Now, going back to his statement to finish it off, For years, my wife and I have been involved in helping children and young athletes, but this situation has shown me that one moment of inattention can undo years of work and support. This is a painful but necessary lesson in humility. Therefore, I will be even more actively involved in initiatives supporting children and young people in actions against violence and hate. I believe that only through actions can I rebuild the trust I have lost. I apologize once again to everyone I have disappointed. Sincerely, Piotr Zarek. He continues to fall on that crutch of, like, inattention is what he calls it, that he just wasn't paying enough attention. It led to all of this. But again, you can clearly see it's not inattention. He is laser focused on getting that fucking hat. It's greed, is what it is. So people can see through the dishonesty in this statement. It's not being received overly well. It feels like he saw what was happening to his business and his reputation, and in a desperate attempt to try and save it, he put out this statement. And it's fallen flat on its fucking face. Now, obviously, I don't know a lot about Piotr outside of everything that happened here. He claims that he's spent years helping children and young athletes. I don't know if that's true or not, if he is like a stand-up guy in the community who for years has helped kids and young athletes. I find that a little hard to believe because someone like that would never exhibit a quality like what was displayed from this clip stealing that hat. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, I imagine maybe, like, some neighborhood kids kicked a soccer ball over on his fence and he threw it over instead of popping it and he considered himself a saint. That's probably what he imagines helping kids and young athletes is. Not popping a ball that flies over his fence. I cannot imagine this actually being, like, a legitimately good guy who does, like, a lot of good for kids and young athletes. Because someone like that would not be stealing a hat from a child. Like, full stop. Anyway, though, this is the actual official response from Piotr, so I wanted to cover it. That's really about it. So, yeah. I got up this morning and saw some awful, heartbreaking news that I want to talk about a little bit here and kind of honor the memory of a great man that we've just now lost. Daniel Naroditsky has unfortunately passed away. Daniel was my chess teacher for over a year, and my friend. And even though I may have retired my jersey in professional chess playing, I never lost the passion for it, but I never stopped following the chess community, and in particular, Daniel and his achievements. Daniel was such a bright light in the chess community, and just such a fucking amazing guy. For so many people, Daniel Naroditsky was their entry into chess. He had the most educational streams. He was the best instructor at it. He was able to make it exciting. His love of the game was infectious, and he was able to teach people that had no prior knowledge of chess at all how to really get into it and what it all means and make it just so fucking fun. He was an amazing teacher, an amazing player, and an incredible friend. And, like, I mean this genuinely. He had such a profound effect on my life in just that year and a half of him being my fucking sensei here, taking me into his dojo of discipline and teaching me the ins and outs of this game. Throughout my 19 years of making shit online, there's a few moments that stand out to me as unforgettable experiences that I will remember for the rest of my fucking life. Like, even if the Men in Black hit me with a neuralizer, those memories will somehow remain. They will persist through that. And at the top of that list is the PogChamps tournament where Daniel Naroditsky was mentoring me, teaching me chess, and preparing me for my biggest match against XQC.
Because when you bring out the bishop like this, it can become very vulnerable right away. So I'm not sure that I like the variational approach here.
No, please don't. And it's too soon. It's too soon, Hikaru. We didn't even reach a climax. You know, when I said it'd be fun to see a checkmate in 4 earlier, I was joking. It was we're listening to Moist Critical right now.
Daniel Naroditsky is a prophet. He said immediately that XQC will likely go with the Scotch Open. And he did. So I had the counterplay. And he immediately blundered. Well, that's gotta be a world record. Thanks for the fat 10 gift subs, Pikachu. My is throbbing. I called Daniel Naroditsky the prophet because in our sessions, he actually predicted that exact thing could happen. He was like Doctor Strange peering into all of these different universes, all of these infinite possibilities, and he saw the true line of what would unfold here in our dimension. Is that a better position, or is that still just not even worth?
So you can play this, yeah. This is a good move. Now, knight f6 is probably the best move. Queen f6 is a very decent move, because he might take your knight. That's actually possible. Miss mate in one. Imagine what that would create. The problem is, again, if he knows what to do, he plays bishop to e3 here, then queen f6 is a slightly inaccurate move. We basically transpose into theory. But I would, you know what, why don't you risk it? I would just risk it.
I like that, yeah. And like clockwork, that game unfolded exactly as Daniel Naroditsky predicted it would. He was such a wholesome presence in the chess community, and the world is a worse place without him now. He was very young with still so much that I know he would have accomplished. And it's just a tragedy, really. I don't know if we'll ever see another person like Daniel Naroditsky. So instructive and entertaining and patient. Holy shit, his patience is that of a saint. To put up with the mumbo jumbo that I would be blabbering about with my, fucking Cro-Magnon brain in the chessboard, and he would, be able to sit there through all of my incoherent ramblings of nonsensical chess theory that obviously was never even feasible, and still able to, open my third eye to how chess is actually supposed to be played effectively, and doing it just so respectfully and so friendly and make it so fun. Like, there is nobody that could ever fill the void that is now left by Daniel Naroditsky's passing. I really wanted to do my best here to just pay tribute to a guy that meant a lot to a ton of people. And I had full intentions of not mentioning Vladimir Kramnik. I was going to do my best to restrain myself and not bring his name up, but as I was making this video, this vile worm posted a cruel and heartless tweet about this news. And I cannot help but just give a big fuck you to Kramnik. It's as far as I'll go here. I'm not going to get into the weeds of everything with Kramnik and what had been going on. But after seeing that, I literally cannot stop myself from just saying what a big piece of shit Kramnik is. But anyway, like I said, this video I just mainly wanted to be honoring Daniel Naroditsky and talking to the exemplary character he had demonstrated throughout our friendship and the effect he had on my life personally, as well as on the broader chess community. He introduced countless people to chess. And not only was he such a positive force in the chess community, but in streaming in general. I mentioned his streams were endlessly entertaining. And that's to anybody, even if you have no idea what chess even is. Even if your only exposure to chess is through fucking Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone when they play wizard's chess. If you have no idea what the game even is, if you stumble across his stream, you probably stuck around and got hooked because he himself was just so fun to watch. He was a great, great guy who accomplished so much in his life. GM Daniel Naroditsky is a name that will always live on as a invaluable piece of chess history. And I'm very happy to have been able to call him a friend, and I will forever regret not reaching out more often in recent times. If Daniel's family ever need anything at all, please feel free to reach out. I would like to help in any way I can. And anyway, I just wanted to kind of talk about this a little bit. That's it. So, yep. Boy, howdy, do I have something wacky to share with you right now. This has to be one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen in a tournament. Full stop. It happened at a Pokemon Go regional. A player named Firestar73 came through loser's bracket and won the entire thing, becoming the Orlando regional champion, but he was too happy about it and they took it away from him. He had a small pop-off, like a little celebration, and pop-off is a word I'm using way too loosey-goosey because it doesn't really apply. He was excited, so he dropped his headset and gave a single fist pump, one pump, not even 2 or 3 pumps, one fist pump, and then shook his hand, and they deemed it excessive and unsportsmanlike, so they stripped him of the win, gave him a game loss, and thus his opponent became the champion for it.
Now on his 11th one, he is the first-time champion for himself and your 2026 Orlando champion!
Incredible series from Firestar, pulling out all the stops, all the Pokemon, taking us to a decisive Game 5. Could not have asked for anything else.
That's the entire thing. That's his celebration that they thought was just out of line. They said, "You're disqualified, Buster. You were too excited. We can't have that. We're like fucking Dementors. We have to sap that shit up, so your opponent is now the champion." And by the way, they didn't even announce this during the official broadcast. It wasn't until after it was all said and done, after the dust had settled, then they made it clear to the community that Firestar 73 was not the winner because of this unsportsmanlike celebration. It's unhinged. Any sane, normal human being would look at this and tell you that there was nothing excessive or unsportsmanlike about what he did. His conduct was totally acceptable. It's just wild to me how infested the upper echelon of the Pokemon brass is with the unhappiness virus. Joy is the arch enemy of Pokemon tournament organizers and like Pokemon businessmen, these suit and tie zombies that actually control Pokemon. They hate happiness. Truly loathe it. And this is just a further evidence of that. Firestar 73 was excited, he was happy, and he did a very light celebration. Like, I mean it. Like, that is not excessive by any stretch of the imagination. I get more animated and excited when I find an extra fucking french fry in my goddamn Miller's Alehouse order. Like, he did not go crazy or anything. When I saw the headline, I was expecting like a Hungry Box level pop-off where he just stands up, picks up the chair, throwing the chair into the audience, lights a match, and then throws like a fucking stick of dynamite or something, like fireworks display. Like, I expected something chaotic, catastrophic, where he was like piling up corpses from celebrating, just beating the shit out of people or something. Something so extreme that it would somehow warrant an automatic game loss there, which gave the opponent the tournament victory. It would have to be something extreme. Like maybe they found out that he wasn't showering using cheeky soap, and then I'd understand why they'd disqualify him, because that's just not good hygiene. If you're showering, you gotta be using cheeky soap. It's the best soap in the universe. But this, all he did was he dropped his headphones. He didn't even throw them. He didn't spike them. He didn't give it like a Gronk spike in the end zone. He dropped the headphones, and then he pumped his fist once before shaking his opponent's hand. That is not excessive. That is not unsportsmanlike. Jiminy Christmas, I can only imagine what these dweebs would do if they saw Hungry Box, for example, pop off. They'd have a heart attack. They would keel over and die on the spot watching someone get that excited. If this was enough for them to be like, it's a game loss. Oh my god, I'm gonna have nightmares. Oh my god, it's so much. Give it to this guy. Quick, quick, quick. We have to punish him for being happy. I can only imagine if they saw like an athlete or something, like an actual athlete celebrating, you know, a big shot or a big moment in a game. These are the biggest fucking losers, man. Actual dorks. And I've seen a couple of people mention that Firestar 73 got an earlier warning from one of the judges because he had like dropped his headphones earlier when he was excited. So this was them, you know, following through on their threats and punishing him for doing it again. That's still stupid. He shouldn't have, like, it shouldn't matter. He didn't do anything wrong. You can see him shaking in excitement. So he's taking his headphones off, he's shaking and drops them. He doesn't do anything like throwing them at the computer screen. He doesn't fucking rocket them at his opponent saying, you know, eat dirt, pussy, and like flicking them off or anything. He sets his headphones down. He drops them. That's not a big deal. Now, I don't know how he reacted earlier where he may have got a warning. Maybe it was more excessive then. But what he did here shouldn't have even constituted any level of like eyebrow raising in the slightest. Not even an ounce. So I just think that's a load of barnacles. There is a game theory, though, that's being cooked up that I actually do think has some real oomph to it. There is a belief that these judges maybe bet on the match. And maybe they bet on his opponent to win, because Firestar 73 did come through loser's bracket. Making a loser's run is extraordinarily difficult. in any tournament. And perhaps they placed a bet on his opponent to be the victor. And you know how the story unfolded? He won. Firestar 73 did make the loser's bracket miracle run, squeaking out the big W here. And now the judges, they're not going to get that payday. They're out that money, but they see a way of kind of weaseling a W, snatching a victory from the jaws of defeat by DQing this guy for being too happy. Because fundamentally, that's what it is. Hey, you were too excited, so you lost, actually. He won now. So I can definitely understand this conspiracy theory here, and I do believe there's a non-zero chance that it could actually revolve around that entirely. There's enough question marks here for how this was handled to at least warrant an official investigation, I would argue. Gambling has become a core component of basically everything. Esports, sports in general, TCGs, basically anything. And prediction markets are only serving to even further blow that up and expand the scope of gambling. So I have no doubt that there probably were bets placed throughout this tournament here, because in every single tournament, in every single game or whatever competition, there are people betting on it. So there is definitely the possibility that maybe these judges were betting on Firestar 73's opponent because it was kind of a safer bet. Firestar 73 looked unlikely coming through losers. It's a lot harder to pull that off, so they wanted to make some easy clams, but it didn't go in their favor, and instead, they found a way to try and weasel their way out of it and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Match fixing is something that is extremely prevalent in esports in particular. So it is definitely possible that this could be the explanation for it, because I just really don't buy into this garbage that he excessively celebrated and it was unsportsmanlike, thus they had to punish him by taking away the win and giving it to his opponent. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely absurd. Now, Firestar 73 has responded after this whole thing has blown up, saying, I am incredibly thankful for the support directed my way. I have a direct account of my experiences releasing soon in an interview, which I will link when it's out. For the moment, please use the support link if you disagree with the ruling as well. Love y'all. Hopefully there are enough complaints to get this ruling overturned, because it just doesn't make any sense. If it stands, then I really think Pokemon Go as a competitive scene should be curtains. I think that should just be the end of it there. The competitive integrity is completely fucking ruined, right in the shitter with this. I think it's unacceptable, and judging from the response to all of this, it seems like the community agrees as well, which is extremely nice to see. So hopefully we'll see some kind of action here as a result of what the judges ruled. I hope they actually pay attention to the direct complaints. I don't know if they just wipe their ass with it like normal Pokemon Company does. I couldn't tell you. I am not an active Pokemon Go player these days, nor do I pay attention to the competitive scene, but this is just completely unjust. It's not fair, and it's unacceptable in a competitive environment. It just truly is. Like, maybe going forward, the Pokemon Go competitive community can rally together, and at the upcoming tournaments, maybe after every win, every player drops their headset in similar fashion to how Firestar 73 did, to see if they're going to rule it like this going forward across the board, where that's going to result in a game loss every time for being unsportsmanlike or some shit. I don't really know. I just know that this is just garbage. And I needed to yap about it because it's one of the most embarrassing things I've seen in a fucking tournament setting. That's really about it. So yeah. There's great evil afoot in the toy industry. A scat fetish demon has infiltrated the highest levels of children's toys development, creating yet another baffling monstrosity. Last week I talked about the Poopsie Slime Surprise Unicorn, the unicorn that goatsies itself and takes a shit on a toilet. Well, it turns out that's not the only shitting children's toy. A few days ago I was made aware of this little bundle of sin called Gotta Go Flamingo, which is a flamingo that sings and takes a shit. Of course I wanted to purchase one of these collector's items for myself, but Matt was unable to find it at Walmart or Target, whether it's because they were sold out or just didn't stock it, I don't know. But going off historical data with the Poopsie Slime Surprise Unicorns literally flying off the fucking shelves, I'm just going to assume the flamingos sold out as well. I don't know what it is with kids right now. I guess they just absolutely love shit. I don't know who's even making these toys for them. It's like if Quentin Tarantino started making children's toys all based around feet and like massaging feet. I don't really get it, but honestly, I've been trying to think of how I can get in on this trend and capitalize. I was coming up with like a cereal around eating shit, because I thought, that's the next natural progression. Since all these toys are about having things take a shit and play with it, why not move on to the next natural evolution of eating the shit? So I was trying to come up with like Honey Nut Shittios or something, where it's, you know, take Lucky Charms and replace the marshmallows with like tiny little dog shits or something, and instead of using milk you use like toilet water. It's a work in progress, but we're gonna enter prototyping stage soon. Anyway, let's check out the Gotta Go Flamingo.
It's Gotta Go Flamingo! Gotta go! Gotta go! He talks.
I'm so hungry.
He eats. And he poops.
Gotta go.
Quick, the toilet! Then pour, feed, and poop again.
What a sad fucking existence. Just to take a shit, have kids laugh at you, and then feed you your own shit so you shit again. That's some terrible, nightmarish shit. Not even fucking Zeus punished the other gods that terribly, like Sisyphus pushing the boulder up the hill only to have it fall back for all eternity, or Prometheus having his innards eaten out every day by a raven and shit. That has nothing on the punishment that Gotta Go Flamingo is getting here. I don't know who made this toy, but they fucking hate flamingos and love shit, I guess. It is a pretty baffling toy. I guess for kids that just can't get enough of shitting with poopsie slime surprises, they need other shit to play with and watch happen. So now you have Gotta Go Flamingo 2 for the ultimate tag team duo here. So let's go ahead and see this wet dream in action. This is surprisingly short, whereas before with the poopsie slime surprise, you needed a fucking aeronautical engineering degree to make that thing take a shit. Gotta Go Flamingo is pretty straightforward. You just feed some like sand to it, and then it takes a shit, which is the sand, and then you pull the sand out and you feed it again. It's like Ouroboros constantly eating its own shit.
Oh, friends, toy daycare is open. Mama Z is here.
This comes from a YouTube channel called Toy Daycare, and luckily they were able to get their hands on the coveted Gotta Go Flamingo, and they got it for free, because these fucking bad boys are extinct. You can't find these anywhere. These sold out faster than a PlayStation 5 pre-order, so they were very lucky to get this holy grail of toys.
Now we are going to be using our scoop and pour some flamingos food down the throat. Did you guys hear the splash? That's so funny. That's too funny. Really cool thing about this is that this is like a sand that doesn't get wet.
The fun never stops with Gotta Go Flamingo. This bad boy can shit for days, hundreds of shits per hour in fact. I mean, I tell you, the adventure never ends when you've got yourself a Gotta Go Flamingo. If I was stuck on a deserted island in the middle of the sea and I can only bring one item, I'd choose a Gotta Go Flamingo. I really don't understand how kids play with a toy like this and be entertained. Like, what do you do? Just like insult him for shitting or something? Like, ah, look at this fucking dumb flamingo, it just took a shit. Mom, come in here, look at what you just bought me, this shitting thing, it's so dumb, look how dumb this fucking shitting thing is. I want to see it shit again to make fun of it. Like, I don't know what you do. You just watch it take a shit. And then what? At the very least, with the Poopsie Slime Surprise, you at least eventually get slime that you can play with. But here, what do? You get fucking hydrophobic sand. Who plays with sand? And it's not even enough sand to make like a sand castle out of or anything. It's just enough sand to like hold in the middle of your palm and admire. Like, it's fucking boring. It sucks. Like, maybe if you bought 20 of these motherfuckers and just loaded up on this sand and just keep feeding this bitch sand and have it shit it all out and you could eventually have enough sand to, like, make something out of it, okay, I guess. But at that point, why not just go into the backyard and, like, get some dirt and do the same thing? Which then brings up an interesting scientific question. Does the Gotta Go Flamingo only shit out this hydrophobic sand, or can we also use third-party materials as well? Like, if I was to just start throwing rice down his throat, would he shit that out as well? Or would it have some kind of, like, fraud detection system where it just starts screaming, like, alert, error, not sand, can't shit this? Or, like, would the sphincter just close up? I'd be curious if it could work with other things besides just this proprietary sand.
Next, we are going to empty our toilet bowl, so water will go through, but the sand will stay. And feeding it.
That really sums up the Gotta Go Flamingo. If you believe that everything has a soul, then this has to be something that you feel truly terrible for. Can't even be fed clean food, he just has to keep recycling his own shit over and over again in an endless cycle of agony. And yeah, I don't know why these shitting toys are so popular and there's so many of them, but I guess they're here to stay. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah. Oh, well then, yeah, who cares? Let them have an attitude. I don't give a shit if they got small dick syndrome and are a little aggressive. If they're still pollinating, then fuck yeah, let their numbers increase. I don't mind going outside in my full hazmat suit to protect myself. Pollination is super fucking important. That's fine. I'm on Team Killer Bees again.
Washing machine repair competition.
Is that a real thing? Yeah, baby, let's get in there. No subtitles, no problem. Repairing washing machines is a universal language. It's like a smile. Team Pulsator! Are they the favorites? I'm rooting for Team Pulsator. I wager 5 gift subs on Team Pulsator winning. I think the Hunarbaz is going to Team Pulsator this year. Jesus, this looks intense. I thought it'd be easy. How much troubleshooting can there be for a washing machine? Just like hit it on the side or something. The editing in this is like Hell's Kitchen style. This is impressive. Oh, they only have 35 minutes. Team Pulsator works best under pressure anyway. Wait, this isn't fair. They all have a different washing machine model. That could put a team at a huge advantage and disadvantage. Like, let's say someone gets like an archaic washing machine model, and there's only a few moving parts. You can easily fix it before someone who gets like the fucking Tesla washing machine. Why wouldn't they have just the same model for all 4 teams? Show me Pulsator. I want to see their progress. They probably already built like a full functioning airplane or something out of a washing machine. This is intense. Jesus. Could this be the next big sport? The new baseball? It's serious then. It was a good thing they found that defect. Otherwise, the entire place could have gone up in flames. That's pretty impressive from Team Agitator, I'm not gonna lie, but I still have faith in my Team Pulsator. Jesus, a 3rd defect? God. Just scrap the washing machine at this point. It's not even worth fixing. Just repurpose it. Yeah, fuck yeah. Pulsator's on their 3rd defect. God, this is intense. Jesus. The atmosphere in the room is like a funeral. Let's get some energy in the crowd. God, it's not golf, it's extreme washing machine repair. Come on, crowd, get in there. Cheer on Team Pulsator. Like, the editing is super fast-paced with, like, intense music. But the crowd is barely even lucid right now. They're all falling asleep. Team Pulsator, baby! Ooh, is Team Agitator not even gonna finish? Oh no! They didn't defuse the bomb in time. Damn. There's so many wires in there. I really think it's just the model that fucked them.
More time to fit back the equipment. Otherwise, it was very interesting. I have all my appreciation for all the 4 teams.
But Team Pulsator wins, is what you're telling me.
The winning team of the skill competition, Pulsators.
Oh, baby! I am so good at choosing the winner of these competitions. It doesn't matter the sport. Whether it be extreme premature ejaculation, extreme bowling, extreme fucking washing machine repair, I don't care. I am always right with my prediction. I know what to look for in champions. I need only a glance. That's all it takes. Fuck yeah. It's a cool little theme song. They need that on the Wii, like, instead of Wii bowling, let's get some Wii Hunarbaz. I'm sorry to hear that you're too tall.
It's definitely intimidating.
Hopefully they'll invent surgery to bring you down to the correct height at 5'6". See, like Shay. Don't you want to be like Shay? Shay's pretty goddamn cool. Like Aaron Carter V2. Oh, Shay's such a gentleman. Is he gonna wash her feet too, just like Brian? Maybe it's just like a thing with short guys, like they wash feet. I wouldn't know, because I'm the optimal height at 5'6". Punch it, pussy boy, get us to that prom. I've got some Mike's Hard Lemonade in the back, we're getting real fucked up tonight. Who brought the natty lights? Yeah, baby! Hey! Haley's dad went home. He's not happy.
Now it's
Time to get wild at Whiskey Reds.
Mrs. Carvalho.
Yeah, baby. Brian's already fucked up. Where am I? Where's the strippers, goddammit? I don't know, this is confusing me now. I don't know how to feel. It's on one hand it's cute, on the other hand it looks like a child with their mother. I don't know. Tom Brady French kisses his kids. Maybe there's just a lot that I don't understand about other people's families. Well, that's kind of an underwhelming cake.
Got him.
Why didn't they make the cake super tall? They should have made the cake taller than Brian, too. Season 1 had a really wholesome ending.
Being tall is a blessing, 100%.
I think most tall people will tell you that, except for ones that reach like Andre the Giant levels where he has to drink like 1,000 beers an hour in order to not feel perpetual pain. As long as you don't reach that threshold, being tall is probably pretty fucking awesome. I'm pretty sure I never made a review on Peacemaker Season 1, so I'm going to do that now briefly. I liked it. So with that out of the way, let's talk about Season 2 because the finale just aired. And I'm going to tell you something, sports fans. Brains were made for thinking, and boy howdy do I have thoughts. There's good and bad. The finale, bad. I'm just going to rip the band-aid off right now. There's going to be spoilers here. I'm going to be talking about spoilers. This is your fair warning. Alright, let's begin. Season 2 is very different than Season 1. At least, I feel like it is. Season 1 was all about getting you to care about Peacemaker. This is a character most people had never heard of until the Suicide Squad rolls around, and then James Gunn gave you this character that most people wouldn't wipe their fucking ass with, and then all of a sudden tried to get you to care for him. Which is a tall order considering you had seen Peacemaker kill a beloved character in the Suicide Squad movie. Yet he takes a risk, makes Peacemaker the front man, and John Cena, who is a talented actor but never really showcased like deep chops for an emotionally complex character until this. In Season 1 of Peacemaker, I really bought into him. He had so much going on. A guy who had grown up under the guidance of some evil people and had done some heinous things, all in the name of what he believed was justice, peace. He said it best. If every grain of sand on a beach was a dick, he would suck each and every one of them if it meant peace would, fall upon the world or whatever. He truly believed that what he was doing was for the better of the world. But everyone can see, the viewers, he's a bad guy. And throughout Season 1, you see him start to change subtly, slowly, but he changes in a big, big, big way. He gets friends. And these friends are just as complex and just as fucked up as he is, and together they end up saving the world. It's a really good season, I felt. I thought it was exciting, and it did a great job getting you invested in these characters that you've never heard of. Season 2 now dives deeper outside of Peacemaker, and now you're seeing significantly more of Amelia Harcourt. She, I would actually say, is kind of the main character of the season. We get a lot of fleshing out of everything that's kind of fucked up in her life, and she can't get the job that she's basically done her whole life, and it's her whole reason for living is being, the secret agent that goes on missions for the fate of the country, fighting for her country, and she can't do that anymore after the events of Season 1. So now she's just fucking cruising bars, getting into fights. And we see a lot of what happens in Season 2 through Amelia Harcourt's eyes. It's not like POV, I'm not talking like fucking Cloverfield or anything here, but we are following it through Amelia Harcourt going through it. But that's not to say that Peacemaker fully takes a back seat or anything, he is still very present. He's going through a lot. So Season 2, he is now really exploring the dimension access that he has. There is a quantum unfolding space, which you're introduced to in Season 1, and in this season, he's now exploring, and he happens to stumble upon a dimension that's extremely similar to our world, except his brother's alive. And his dad actually cares about him. And everybody loves Peacemaker. They view him as like the superhero. That guy is the shit. And he's never had anything like that. Love, adoration, and it's something he's always wanted. Season 2 drives home just how badly he wants to be accepted, how badly he wants to be a hero. And then he finds this dimension, and immediately he kills his doppelganger. He kills the Peacemaker of that dimension. It's actually amazing. It's a really good sequence. And now he's flip-flopping back and forth between these worlds. And I think that's super cool. Eagly as well. Eagly has a lot going on. Eagly has his own fucking story arc where he battles against a man who believes eagle are beaked vermin that must be exterminated from the country to save us from a curse. It's fucking, like, I actually really liked that a lot. It's goofy, but it was, like, exciting, actually. Eagly versus that hunter. That was fun. I do like them exploring these characters deeper, and Season 2 is, start to finish, basically just about these characters becoming even more inseparable and even tighter. Chris, Peacemaker, is under surveillance because they don't trust him. They get a blip when he's using that quantum unfolding space in the different dimensions, so now they're investigating him and they're about to swoop in and try and take control of it. That's like the main big bad motivator here. Rick Flag Sr. has taken over and obviously holds a grudge against Peacemaker and wants an excuse to kill him. So the 11th Street kids work together to try and, like, you know, keep Peacemaker safe and help him deal with everything that he is experiencing, with everything that's happening in the other dimension, all that kind of stuff. And most of it's played off comedically. I actually think the comedy in Season 2 is better than in Season 1. Especially a new character they introduced, Flurry. He had me giggling hard. So that was a nice treat. And most of what I'm saying here are things I liked about it. Like, I think these are positive aspects. I do think they did a good job with these characters. But I have very similar feelings on Season 2 of Peacemaker to House of the Dragon Season 2, where it felt like the whole season is just building. Just building, building, and then the finale hits, and I really think this is a very disappointing finale. I was streaming tonight, and a lot of people were saying the same thing about, like, how let down they were by the finale, because the finale is basically just setting up for the events that are going to follow either in a later season or in another DCU movie. It is purely a season that gets the framework set up for the next thing. You don't really feel like a sense of closure or a sense of, like, a big accomplishment. Like, Season 1 feels like a complete package. Like, it clearly sets up for more, but at the end of Season 1, a lot was accomplished. Here, it's mainly just these characters get closer, and Peacemaker and Amelia start to recognize their love for one another. Like, things happen, but there's no real sense of, like, anything, you know, huge or any kind of, like, big resolution. It ends with Chris getting trapped on another world. And that's it. And the finale is mainly just a music video. You spend more time listening to bands in the finale than you do watching a show, really. So, like, it is disappointing. And it feels like the journey here didn't really have a conclusion. And that the journey was really the friends we made along the way. Like, full stop. Like, that is unironically kind of the experience of Season 2. So it's just underwhelming that it builds to things that don't even get concluded in the show. Like, it just sets up the pieces on the board and nothing else. Like, and I understand, like, getting ready for the next phase and moving down the line with more DC projects and needing to make this fit in and getting it rolling. But, like I said, with Season 1, it still felt like it accomplished that while giving you a complete experience in the season, where it felt like things were happening. Season 2 also, like, it doesn't have a whole lot of action, which is fine because it does good character work. I think the writing is solid around the characters for the most part. But, like, there isn't a whole lot of Peacemaker doing things. Actually, I'm pretty sure Peacemaker only has 2 scenes in the entire season of him actually, like, fighting. One of them is he fights his doppelganger. It's a very brief encounter, but it's fun. And the other is when he's saving the day in another dimension, in that alternate world where he's the hero. I can't think of any other instance of him even battling or doing anything. Actually, that's not true. He fought Judo Master, again, very briefly in the forest when he was running away. It's like he just didn't get a whole lot to do, and that's kind of the same song and dance for every other character. Outside of, like, developing them further as, like, friends and, you know, all the fucked up baggage that they're carrying and learning to come to terms with it and move forward and be stronger from it. Outside of, like, those character struggles, there's not a whole lot of things the characters get to do, like actively do. So overall, it's just a little disappointing, especially considering the note that season 2 leaves off on with the finale. The finale is like shockingly weak. So I didn't dislike season 2, like I still did enjoy it. It's not bad, but it is, I don't know, it feels a little undercooked. Like there was definitely a better meal that could have been served with all of the things that they had, like all of the ingredients. I think they were too focused on like setting things up for the next, either season of Peacemaker or the next like Superman movie or something like that. I think it was a little too thinking about the future that it kind of neglected what would make a season successful, like Peacemaker season 1. So I think it was a bit of a step back overall, but I didn't hate it. Anyway, though, that's just kind of how I feel about Peacemaker season 2. That's about it. See ya.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm playing new Super Mario Bros. 3 for the PC. Let's do this shit. No point in watching the introduction. I can't understand it. I can't read this language. Must be a slideshow. I'm hitting skip and it's hitting me with slides. Even if I could read this language, I think it's upside down, thus reinforcing solipsism. There we go. Let's rock. Splendid. I don't know why I thought that would work the second time. Let me try jumping over it. Son of a bitch. Sneak attack! It was ready. I have to jump over it. It's the only option. You asshole! You asshole! You ass cavity! The leaves aren't inside. Damn it! It's a fucking twig! Yes! Damn it! It's fucking omniscient. Yes! Oh, it's all happening. Everything that's ever existed is happening at once. Bend over and let your ass cheeks see this. Oh shit! Fierce fuck, that's a bouncy surface. Ooh, hard landing. You damn tree. You think you're a tree? You think you're a tree? I got news for you. You're absolutely correct. You are a tree. This bridge is too fucking slow. It's too slow. Just got clocked by a green bullet train. This fucking tree! This fucking tree! This fucking twig! They're in cahoots with each other. A cahoots of fucking! Shit! Can somebody tell me why that apricot in the window is not keeping the trees of Puma Punku under control? This is absurd. This is making me want to purchase a pair of bowling shoes and then cut my feet off so I can't use the shoes properly. There is no reason this tree should be so aggressive. There we go. Soggy bullshit. Oh, there we go. Oh, there was double. Alright, awesome. Well, I guess what they say is true. You don't know how somebody really feels unless you walk a mile on their titties. You keep the ground on the ground. Don't do that shit. No, I'm sorry, you're mistaken. I do not have reservations at the International House of Tree. If getting attacked by trees made your nipples cold, my nipples would have achieved absolute zero. I've got you this time. Yes! Oh shit, there's another one, alright. I've made it this far. It's not time to let my wiener juice loose. I gotta play it by the book, and the book says, Geronimo! What the fuck is all that? If I don't go over the pipe, then perhaps I just go right through it. Let's put it to the test! Hypothesis was incorrect. I've got an idea. I'm going to lure the obstacles out of the pipe, so I can fight them. Why the fuck is Aku's time portal here? I bet I have to jump over it. I guess not. If I can't go over this, through this, or buy at lunch, then I must use it somehow. Yes! Yes! Oh, that better be a checkpoint. That better be a fucking checkpoint. It is. Alright. The trees are everywhere. I should have known. Oh shit! Blood fountain, more trees. These trees make government obsolete. When there's something strange in the neighborhood, who are you gonna call? Trees. We should use leaves from these trees as currency to try and appease them. I've got it this time. No flower, no bush, no tree is gonna stop me. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it. The tree can't touch me. Yes. The bush. Yes, I did it! Who's dropping candy corn? Fuck. The flower tree combo. Nature's 1-2 punch tag team. I know about you, Bush. Yes. And I know about this obstacle. Yes. I did it. I still don't know what's happening in the story. What the fuck happened here? Did a whale blow a spider web out its ass? World 1-3. Let's go! I should have expected that. Oh, damn! This is the one. Yes! This was really easy. Son of a bitch. Alright, this is it. Damn it! It had already hit the ground. Did I trip over it? Is that a tripping hazard? Oh my goodness. Oh, the fucking tree now. Everyone's just getting a piece of the action here, distributing this slapping. Damn it. Damn it. There we go. Alright, let's take it slow now. Let's take it slow. Wait for him to disappear. There's one here. There we go. This is a jar of anus liquid. I'm going for it. Oh my goodness gracious. How many fucking times am I gonna hit that tree? Alright, here we go. 1 drop. 2 drops. And a fucking sign. Damn it! It swatted me out of the air. It's fucking built to take down space shuttles. How am I supposed to jump over it? Maybe I can trick the sign into blasting itself. Yes, it worked! Just to be safe, I'm gonna jump. Next level, bitch. There's probably a tree, so I'm gonna jump. It's a fucking sign. Time to use what I used on... Who's fucking and what are they fucking with? They put a tree and a sign side by side? Alright, how am I supposed to do this? If I try and jump, the sign's gonna bat me. If I try and run and fake the sign into blasting, the tree's gonna get me. Oh my goodness, and a flower. And a fucking flower. Running start's not working. This is ridiculous. What am I supposed to do? It's impossible. This is the ultimate defense. This is ridiculous. Alright, there's no way I'm gonna complete this. Alright, well I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya. What's up everybody, it's Critical. I'm playing Beast Boxing Turbo for the PC. Let's do this shit. I'm gonna pick new game, since I've never played this before. Tell that to your chemistry professor. Tutorial. Absolutely preposterous. Do you think me the fuck, sensei? I don't need a tutorial and you know it. You can take this tutorial and asshole it to block it. What the fuck? Cheap shot, he just socked me in the nose when I'm reading the directions. And his damn undercooked hamburger hands are half the size of his entire body. Before there was shit, there was this guy. He is the epitome of nose shoved into beehive. Prepare to fight. I must have finished the tutorial. I'm fighting Pigless, my mentor. Student versus teacher, human versus pig. Who will win in this showdown? Ancient Egyptian pharaohs used to place bets on matches just like these. The only difference? Pigless wasn't in that shit. What the fuck is this abomination? This costume sure works and nobody suspects that I'm a human. That's supposed to be a disguise? You're not fooling anybody with that. It looks like somebody's anus just sneezed and you wrapped yourself in its corporeal form. Good luck getting past security with that, 007. This dude's torso looks like a face with a handlebar mustache. Round 1. I think you mean round. You're done. Lightning fast jabs right off the bat. Shit, the hands are on fire. Somebody grab some water right now. Never mind. Go ahead and take your seat, Poseidon. The fire was extinguished by repeatedly clobbering Porky Pig's cranium. Roy Jones Jr. is scratching his head at that remarkable speed. That was incredible. Let's get ready to rumble! Your telephone is ringing. It's my fist calling to punch you some more. You can't handle this. No, that was a good strike. But I've got the combos, the uppercuts, the jabs, the haymakers. Alright, I need to reload. Ran out of stamina. There we go. Oh, you can't handle it. When I'm finished punching you in the chin, you won't be able to tell if your titties are spitting liquid or if you're just washing your hands in a sink. I'm just bopping them with these partially filled water balloons. Sneak attack. You didn't even block. It's over. KO. Heebity-deebity, that's all, folks. There it is. There it is. If somebody asked me, where's the KO, I'd say it's right there. You can't handle it. Oh, shit. Alright. Now he's putting those dinosaur nipples he's got on his hands to good use. Your lead is temporary. Yes, fucking ferocious left jabs. You will not be able to sustain much more punishment from these punches. Shit. Almost out of power for the punches. Just walk into the punches, please. Fuck, there is no power left to these punches. It doesn't matter, they can still bring the noise. Fuck it, I'll just let the power recharge. Pigless, it seems you've won the lottery of powerful punches. I've got to wait for the power, and then I punch him. Damn it! This is a much closer match, shit. Hey Pigless, I saw a commercial on TV last week that you might be interested in. According to that, you can now buy jabs to the chin for $9.99. Victory sold separately, bitch. Are you ready for more punches? You're not ready for more punches. Oh, there we go, KO. 2 rounds. Absolutely destroyed Pigless. Looks like he went to the how many punches can you endure buffet. Just absolutely dominated that match. Coins earned 147. Can buy a fucking blimp with that much money. Time for the next fight. What the fuck is this creature? Looks like a fucking mutant metapod with boxing gloves. Oh, what the fuck? That's the end of the demo? I guess so, the game just closed. Alright, I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya.
Oh, yep, here we go. We are going to start here in just a minute. Oh, we are starting actively. We have begun.
Maps, then you have to go laterally, and Fortress is one of those maps that is so required. I'm looking at the lineup really coming out from Rebellion here, so I'm seeing that Blitz, I'm seeing the Raura, and after chatting to Eden, one of our coaches, he was saying...
Now that I'm back on the siege grind, I can contribute to the comms here. I can help the squad.
Still very specialist in terms of what you're going to be doing in terms of the execution pull-off, for example, exactly what it is you're going to be doing with her, but doesn't mean she hasn't got a place, and here we go.
Well, we've seen the recent changes to her as well, to buffer, where it takes a lot longer for defenders to open that door. Solo mid manages to...
Okay, Surf.
The double for Surf is going to keep the advantage for Shopify.
Nice.
Onto MC
oh, just fucking steamrolling. I love that. I love that.
Following in the same direction, 4 versus 1.
Zerg rush.
Blink of an eye, we're a minute 10 in, and Shopify Rebellion have nearly got this 1-1 already. Rexon, a double
nice,
on the right,
nice.
Good
Good start. Good start.
But you can't forget as well, she's got that DMR, a super popular weapon.
Yeah, this is SLC.
Side of the game, and Rexon putting it to great use. That is
phase 2, baby.
If you're all gamers.
Absolutely, that was a little bit.
And then I have the league tournament I'm playing in an hour.
Once you don't want to get too carried away with it, but if that's the kind of pace this game's going to be played at, then all gamers sorely need to wake up here. Otherwise, it could be a pretty quick game. Same lineup coming out for the most part, for Rebellion. Imagine they'll stick to it and then, of course, change over based on what site that we're stepping into next. But very, very comfortable. Move down towards that southeast side.
Here, I'll change category on Twitch, yeah.
Which means you'll probably see an extension from all gamers up towards the site that we were just defending. And imagine Rebellion will probably try to look to crush onto them once again.
Yep, Surf and Rexon certainly doing the jobs there. Like you say, it's going to be maybe a little bit of a mirror reverse of what we saw in the last round, because it's going to be moving over to...
What are they writing down? Bro, if you don't watch Siege Esports, you don't quite understand how deep it gets. Like, they have binders full of strats. They have entire playbooks of strats, so they always do like mid-match note-taking and stuff to adapt to different different setups, comps, and ideas. It is crazy deep.
Exactly there to move around a little bit.
Okay, well, I like the idea last time. It was the fast push in that was at least somewhat stemmed by Solomon, but I think he went down so fast when he was dropping down those Chanker pellets to try and slow down the push. Yes, he got a kill off the back of it, but him then falling just meant it was freedom for Rebellion to charge on through. Now here, of course, we stepped away.
Let's just get another one of those kind of rounds there. That felt really good.
These days. Really, I think
just went in there and just fucking lat spread on him.
Otherwise, the Bandit was banned away, and the other 3 were picked up a large number of times. Still very much in the meta. Tim, I think
nice outgun. Good shit, Surf.
We're going to see a lot of intense
Oh,
aggression coming out of Shopify Rebellion, but it's not actually all falling in their favour.
Come on, baby. Let's go, Rexon. Let's go, Ambi.
Pick up the last two of that flurry of kills, which leaves Diffuser down cold, and All Gamers in a 3v2 advantage. Ambi and Rexon are last alive. They've got some good utility there. One Selma left, and also the Glaz.
He should find him on drone.
Scope, as we know, 2 smokes
Yep,
as well.
Ambi knows
Be aware
now.
of the attempt at a flank coming in from Moonlight there. The air jabs had been deployed, so it will just back him up a little bit. Ambi's just going to watch that angle. The thing is, Shopify Rebellion have got tons of time here to deal with this. Teamwork trying to clear Moonlight out. The flash goes in. They know exactly where he is.
Attaboy. God, Ambi's so good.
To find, levels things up, and this is the problem All Gamers are going to have. They will be punished.
We didn't spot this guy.
Mistakes here
Drone it.
Shopify Rebellion.
Oh, do we not have drone?
Just overstaying his welcome in horse.
They've got to know that more nades will come their way if they don't swing on.
No!
That's what you're looking for. Railgun gets one,
Rough.
looks for the third onto Ambi, but can't quite collect. Smokes are down. He's got a brief advantage here in which to try and make something happen. Knows that he's got a man tight on his right.
Oh my God, close.
Looks for him, can't find him. Railgun makes it a 3. And All Gamers take round.
No, that's all right. That's all right. I got a tinkle. Tactical piss.
First shot didn't.
Nope. Down we go, which means a full
Just dumped a ton of pee in there. That's big.
Rexon
That is big.
An awful lot on their game on Lair. I want to say it was yesterday we cast that one. So more of the same here, along with the Dockery coming in, just in case there is any craziness coming out of the other side. And when I say craziness, Tim, when we saw Moonlight playing his first round here at the tournament on the Vigil, he netted a 4K. So I think there's a little bit of consideration for what he might achieve. And here we go.
Ooh, scary.
Certainly he's being a high risk there, trying to stay and look for a shot back onto Ambi. But Ambi doesn't find his target either.
Yeah, we did see Moonlight able to put that Boss G to good use yesterday, and just gives it another whirl. Not going to find
Come on, gentlemen.
time, but sure that more opportunities will prevent themselves. Canadian goes in aggressively on the blitz, just looking to take ground here and start pushing through, claiming that space above the site if he can by getting inside of Games. He's going to be supported by Ambi in that. In fact, looks like they're forgoing Games a little bit and instead are just going to look to head down the stairs. We don't generally see too much verticality onto this site. It is there, it is possible. It tends to be limited to the hatching briefing. You just try and work around that, drop and get a plant. But in order to do that, you got to.
You're warming up in the wrong game. Well, this is my team.
Clear out those defenders that are directly.
This is a very important major for us.
Now I've seen the first one of those light screens being
I warmed up last night. I went 15-4 last night in my last game.
But also a little bit of attention draw onto the side of All Gamers, getting them looking the wrong way. Because now the ceiling's starting to be opened up by Rexon at the same time. So always the problem when you don't have this vertical control of a site is you are forced to then move around a lot as a defender. Certain spots no longer defendable because if you sit there, you're probably getting shot in from above. But of course, keep your eye on Canadian. He's the one with the diffuser in back pockets him. So he's the one looking to get this done.
Yeah, out go the smoke.
There you go, Ambi. Attaboy, Ambi.
Goes MC as Ambi manages to find that long-range kill, just supporting his shield, making sure that he's got the space that he needs. We're going to see the smokes fly.
Nice.
Now, it's not a good spot to be in for Railgun.
God, he must have fucking scared him there with that.
Ambi manages to find solo mid 5 versus 2, and this is what I meant by Rebellion.
God, Ambi's so good.
Yes, it's been intense, yes, but it wasn't that attempt at just running in and rushing and rolling over the top of him. Instead, it's been clean. It's been clean situations, picking them apart a piece at a time. Great round from the North Americans. 2-1.
I want to know who's kicked Ambi's dog. He's on like 7 kills here after 3 rounds. He's been absolutely flying, and that one especially found himself a 4K. And it does feel, Tim...
Yeah, I'm top lane in the tournament today.
A bit too much for All Gamers. It's only been a quarter. It's still very early on. But you're seeing here how they are rolling over them with absolute confidence, and there's been very little so far that All Gamers have been able to do. I wouldn't be shocked to see a Tachanka ban come out here, truthfully. That's been the one thing that we've seen them trying to crutch onto. Nope, going to be the Goyo instead that we saw back in round 1. So they'll leave that on side and say, you know what, you want to keep running the Tachanka that's nice and slow? That's fine. It's a bigger target for us to go out.
Did you watch them play FaZe yesterday? I did. We could have absolutely won that. Nadian wasn't having the best series there, but we were overall playing extremely well against FaZe.
Repeat from All Gamers on defense. It'll be over to Commanders and Bathroom.
I really thought we had that, man. It was a shame. I'm pretty sure Nadian finished with 0 yesterday. It was a bit of a goose egg, but there were so many good signs there from that series for us.
More of a full clearance from Rebellion. I could be wrong, but Railgun's already setting up down towards games and dorms. We've got a little bit of attention towards Courtyard as well. Briefing's being dealt with.
League tournament today, but my team, Rebellion, is in a major right now, so I'm watching that in the meantime.
Yeah. On this top floor, meeting is always the fishbowl of this top floor. It's where all the battles really happen because there's a number of single doorways to work into. You see them.
No matter what you do, don't pick Mordekaiser for the tournament. Why? I'll probably play Mordekaiser. I went 15-4 with him last night.
We've seen teams getting stuck there for like 2 minutes.
That one bad game was because I hadn't played him. And then I learned him, and then I fucking asserted my will.
Try and free things up, create pressure elsewhere to let your team move through a little more comfortably, or, as many teams have done historically, lean in towards shields instead as a way of getting control of it. Of course, Rebellion could bypass all of that and instead just push their way in from the top side of the map.
But I'll probably be looking at Malphite or Mordekaiser,
some south side clearance to do.
maybe Trundle.
Ambi straight
just easier picks.
Utility from the stairs, just giving him the option to push onto and pressure those Eagle stairs. It's going to be solo mid that is tasked with holding on to this location. It was something that we actually saw all gamers clear out as an attacking side really well yesterday. They used the Rotero drone of the Flores to go on there and just dislodge the Warden, and then pushed up against Furia with the shotgun of the Deimos, pretty much as the sort of aggression that we're seeing coming in from Shopify.
No.
It's not going to work. It's a double to solo mid. You can't just push into a shotgun like that. Ambi, Canadian, both down. Deimos, Grim.
I don't know about that call.
Really, you need that utility to do the job for you, to make it hard. Think about pushing into blue stairs.
All right, Spoit.
You can't just charge.
We got Spoit, Surf, Rexing up.
To do the work for you, and Grimby's an attraction.
So it's definitely not over yet here.
So for the first time here, feels like Rebellion might find themselves a bit on the back foot with a lot to do to recover this round.
I don't think the nade placement helped them. I think they were hoping for a little bit more from that. Railgun will manage to pick up spots as he goes.
Come on, Surf. One's knocked.
He's going to leave Surf with it all to do. Manages to find one onto Yaz, but he's got four still ahead of him. Going in with a shotgun, but will be taken down by MC. And that is going to be all gamers leveling things up 2-2.
All right, okay. Good round from them. Admittedly, more of a mess, I'd say, from Rebellion on clearing out Eagle. That should have been a free kill onto Solo Mid. I know he sat there with a shotgun. I know he's got thorn traps around him. But you've got things like a Ying on side. There's so much you can do to punish him. But I think they found out late that he was sat there. They didn't assume that he'd be playing so aggressively around the bottom of it, and they paid.
Why not Yorick? I'm terrible with Yorick now. I don't know what happened, but I'm just bad with Yorick now.
As we often see with like newer teams, Tim, those that aren't as established, attacking is where you tend to see them fall down a little bit. And I think Rebellion here are thinking, look, if we can get 3, maybe even just 2 attacks, that'll be enough for us to completely shut things out on the defense.
Just go Garen, play it safe. Garen's always an easy, safe pick, yeah.
I think,
but I think they'll probably pick Garen, because I don't know everyone's experience level in the tournament. My guess is they'll go like brainless champions like Garen.
To that bottom side, all gamers going to be going to bunks.
So I'm thinking Malf, Mordekaiser, Trundle.
So, briefing going to be important. Solo mids out there at the minute, setting up with the Thorn. Railgun inside of Commander. Just looking to make sure that they've got this north side covered off and cleared. And the Shopify Rebellion don't have an easy time of getting into the map. That's the one thing you don't want to give people on Fortress, is an easy time getting.
No, I'm not a team captain. I think he's doing Iron Players as team captain, which is fun.
The round starts falling apart quite quickly. You got to fight them for that.
Would be a little bit silly if you could very easily walk into a map called Fortress, Tim.
I mean, it would kind of defy the name a little bit, wouldn't it?
I mean, in my opinion, there's not really enough protection and security on this thing. They're just strolling in there and doing what they want a lot of the time. They're vaulting in windows.
Certainly doesn't seem to
go
be
Gangplank to freak them out.
Exactly, yeah.
Brother, I suck major ass with Gangplank.
They can turn it back into a decent Fortress here in round 5. Leaning once again into that Chankra, suggests.
Let's go, Spoit. You win these. You see the red dot. You win these.
Operator for all gamers to lean on. I think with the smoke being banned away, they're bringing it along as the alternative here.
Probably smart.
Option they've got to slow down the attacks of Rebellion. It's why you've seen them coming in at quite some pace. I think this round could be the same. Canadians on that shield still, and they've got the double intel operator. They're going to want to run at these boys here and not give them a chance to react.
Canadians going to go straight into Horse on the blitz, getting aggressive and taking ground as he's done with that shield so far. He's going to be joined by Ambi at the top of Central Stairs. Canadians actually worked his way. You just see his silhouette off in the background. He's gone through into Bathroom, taken that ground, so now it allows them. This is what I said, you don't really want to give this area up if you are all games.
Okay.
They're going to be able to breach into Briefing. That's going to force Moonlight back, and all of a sudden you're trying to defend deep from within sight.
Briefing is like I spoke about in the last round, though, the real hard piece to break open on this map. I mean, MC, interestingly, has just reinforced it off entirely, so the only way they can challenge into it now is from the doorway where Moonlight's currently sat on a shield. Typically, you'd leave one of those walls open and be able to...
We're slow rolling this one here.
A bit of a 2 versus 1 onto the doorway or onto the breach. That's not an option, so I'd actually say things just got a little bit easier here for Rebellion to start their push on forwards, but even now, opening up that wall so they have a fast way through, it could be opening up for a bit of Canadian aggression.
Yeah, Moonlight has been forced deeper into sight now, and everybody from the side of All Gamers is within about 20 feet of each
Master
other.
Yi top
so
lane. Oh boy.
Just been forced
that a boy sport.
This
That a
attack
boy.
is constricted around them, forced
Good
them
challenge.
together, and now that they are pooled inside a sight, it's about picking them off one at a time. MC is the first to go. DMR goes with him. A big loss for the defenders. 5 versus 4.
Probably
but
wide
at the time,
swing.
there's 35 seconds left to go. Shopify Rebellion. They need to think about how and where Canadian is going to deliver this diffuser.
This is what I was on about, being able to get into a good spot.
Nice.
A free kill on a great
Oh,
angle there, leaving
scary.
himself not exposed off towards Railgun. C4 comes on through, but it's ineffective. Doesn't finish him off, and at the same time, Rebellion find 3.
No!
To a second. Yaz
Okay.
going a bit big.
I got scared for a second.
Gets the close. Rebellion into the lead.
I love that movement
All right,
from Canadian
good.
when
Good
the
work.
Metro comes out and he leant so far forward. It was like he was trying to press his shield on top of it to protect himself. Did manage to do it, kept himself alive, but
Whoever the shield guy is seems OP.
we're going to have
Blitz.
All Gamers calling the tactical timeout at this point. 3-2
Canadian
down.
known for
Obviously
playing
hoping
shield
a
ops.
little bit more from the defense here, Fenneman.
I feel like you can't be...
Interestingly enough, in the solo queue ladder, I don't see a lot of shield
Going
ops.
to go your way in the second half if you give Rebellion such a big start.
That's mainly because there's not a whole lot of teamwork around it
French coach
in solo queue.
A lot of his communication is worth stressing for those who want to know a bit more about this team goes through MC, who of course is known around the world, really. He's played in a few regions now on a few different teams. The rest of them are a
I
little...
notice you like to play a lot of trap characters on defense. I just play ops that I can get value out of without knowing any
Is
strats.
it going to be a message, though?
So like Rook, you get t-shirts, I help the team with armor, and I can make rotation with impact.
Goya ban as well, the 2 stall tactics.
Thorn, I can stall out a point, just throwing thorn traps near it.
Just making it that much harder.
So yeah, I've been playing ops that can contribute without me knowing the maps or any strats.
All Gamers need to turn the tide as quickly as they can. Otherwise, they're going to have a very difficult time. I think 3-3 absolute minimum for them now. They need to be taking this last defense. We'll
Does he play Siege? Yeah, I've been back on my Siege grind. I've posted like 12 Siege videos in the last 2 weeks on the gaming channel. Gold 3 right now.
Once again, so we can see exactly how they do things differently. Last time around, I think there wasn't enough resistance in Horse, Bathroom, Commander. Canadian was able to just walk in, take that ground reasonably easily with the blitz straight through. They got briefing wall, and we saw all the pressure then mount from that side. So I'd like to see this time All Gamers just putting up a little bit more resistance over that side.
Well, it's still very much the same, as you say. Not too much changing away outside of the shield being dropped, because why bring it here? The Ying seems to have been offering quite a bit for them, at least in optionality. They managed to make great use of it in the round that we saw back in round 4, when All Gamers came out on top.
Please tell us what you mean by the Hotel Siege map. What the fuck is the map that has the samurai armor? Is that not called Hotel?
Bit of siege.
I have not played that map since coming back. That and Bank I haven't played a single time since coming back on the ladder.
Has to contend with on the other side, as even allies do.
That's Skyscraper.
And of course,
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't played Skyscraper or Bank a single time.
Okay. It's shaping up outside of the external wall. I was just watching on our top down here to see exactly where this attack was kind of shaping up. There isn't too much pressure at the minute towards the other side, but I think we are going to see them now looking to move in through Horse. Rexon has managed to get that external wall open as well, so I think rather than seeing the bathroom briefing push, we're likely to see more down towards this door, in towards bunks. We saw them try it previously when Ambi tried to walk in with the glass. I think that's where more of the attention is going to go. That's why they've opened that external wall this time, so that the player, it was Railgun before on the Bandit, was sat in behind there because they hadn't managed to open that, and he was a bit...
Oh, we know he's there.
And yeah, as expected,
Good grenade.
pushing
Yep.
towards this
Push
door
him back.
is going
Take
to
space.
away.
Looking good.
Yeah, so you got the shades on as well.
Methodical. That's how I would have done
Off
it.
the back of it. Instead, it was a frag grenade headed his way. Our second Twitch drone being removed from the round. Those electro claws, Tim, as you've seen, have been safe for the most part as well. I think he was holding on to it here, MC, for the majority of the round to finally electrify off the wall. But now both shock drones are gone. He could drop those down, and these walls would largely stay closed up unless nades could follow on through to clear them away. It's much slower and controlled by Rebellion so far. All gamers have got to hold on for just 75 seconds.
Yeah, second Selma goes in to try and take out that internal wall, but
Whoa,
going to have
baby.
absolutely none
Yep.
of it. Takes it out. That's a big mistake.
Yikes.
Drops down, taken out by solo mid as Wrexham was also floored.
Oh, baby. All right, there you go, Surf. There you go, Ambi.
One apiece, though, to keep the advantage effectively.
No!
Versus 3, cut down by the LMG of Railgun on the Tachanka.
Crosshair placement was a little low.
Now 3 versus 2 with Wrexham.
All right, Spoit Ambi up, though, so we're still very much alive here. Oh, and Rexon. I thought Rexon died. I thought I saw him in the kill feed. All right.
Oh, Wrexham does get picked up now, manages to drag himself to safety, but there's nobody really anywhere near this diffuser. Spoit's on his way to try and collect it, but needs to be cautious.
And he's giving himself away by dropping down the Grim Beast. They know that he's coming from this position at the same time, so they got him on the backstab, the other two on the front, but Rex has been...
Yikes, that fell apart.
Railgun, another... Not bad. A bit of a recovery being shown there, Tim, but I think there's a lot of work to do still in the second half.
Yeah, really good from all gamers. Just to close that out, tactical timeout obviously doing its job from Phenemy.
Anything
Haven't
else?
played Siege in a while, but looks like Smoke is still a must ban.
Remain calm, okay?
And solo queue is really not that bad. The must bans in solo queue are Mira, Ace, and Snake.
Calm, okay.
Those have been like the perma bans in solo queue.
Alright. Good job on the defenses. It's in the past now. If they won 3 rounds on attack, we can win 4. Okay, that's the mentality.
防守已经过了，他们能赢3把进攻，然后我们能赢4把。OK。
It's a team that can fight. Okay, so don't be surprised if they try to hide, if they are aggressive. Okay.
他们是一个很会去对枪的队友，所以不要很惊讶他们。
What do you think about the From Software new pirate game leaks? I haven't seen it.
If we don't see there is much trap, okay, on the Cursed Child draw, there is only like Denari.
没有这么多陷阱的位置，我们可以 run。
Go smoke.
没有这么多陷阱位，我们可以 run 那个庭园。
Yes, there is also a Denari on your window and a barbed wire. Okay.
就是那边有个电线跟那个铁丝网。
And most likely someone will be in meeting, so you can fight that guy first.
新闻应该会站一个人的时候，你应该可以跟他先对上，这样子。
You can play Wall Deny. It's simple.
Have you watched Witch Hat Atelier? Yeah, I started it.
Brothers like going.
This was basically on the roof, just clearing. For bunks, they 4-man blue with Deimos under, and he walked up the staircase. They do go for the ace on the wall immediately if they're doing that take, which we talked about. And they just try to play the cut. He eventually did try to jump in the soda window, so if they go for that, just be aware. When they did that, it was quick. So just make sure that if that's what we think we're doing or they're doing, we're ready to react.
Do you only solo queue? Pretty much, yeah.
In the game, but I assume it's the same as their command, where it's basically them just 5-man.
All right. Let's pop off again.
I found the start of that really interesting from All Gamers, where it was very much a breathe and just silence for 10-15 seconds. I thought at first he was going to do what a few teams have done
just
not
gaming
talk.
things a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but then obviously the talk then broke out after that, and it was completely fine. On the Rebellion side, it was also, again, quite tactical and specific, I suppose. The smoke ban coming through here, same as we saw from Rebellion alongside the Goyo. So really looking to remove those operators that support the bottleneck we've come to know from Fortress.
Okay, a very evenly split first half. If I'm honest, I think that suits Shopify Rebellion down to the ground. I think going on to the defense, I would expect them to now really start to take control.
Yeah, let's put the screws to them.
Not to say that all gamers cannot come out and surprise us, come out and have those big attacks. We saw them do it yesterday against Furia. They have got some serious gunners on their side.
Who's your favorite operator?
I know he doesn't really prove my point at the minute.
Probably Callie.
But my point is on the attack.
I love playing Callie.
Great things over the last couple of days. Definitely one to watch out for. Railgun quietly getting the job done. You know, this is a player that's played a lot of support through CNL if you have a look at his numbers, but he is coming out and delivering here at the minute.
He's doing fab. And also on the other side, I want to talk about Solo Mid. 3-0 on entry on this map so far. And that's at a map where we've seen a lot of fast aggression coming out from Rebellion. And yes, some of those entries were secured off the back of the Chanka. Fine. It's more the fact that he has been able to stem the tide a little bit and get his
big defense time.
Where he found the 3K, found the entry, and of course,
let's lock in
the round for his team. But let's see how they fare on the attack. As I've said, my concern with newer teams, Tim, is on the attack is when things tend to look a little bit misaligned. Because if you're even half a second to a second out of step with each other, that's enough time for a defender to spin on the heels and get a real nasty flick onto a second player.
Canadian just in that position to try and stop the push up Eagle stairs. We'll just continue to hold that on the long angle. Interestingly, he's got the rotation available into sight, so he can't really give up his position too easily. Just having a look, a couple of reinforcements are left in pockets, so if he does rotate back in through there, there is the option there to be able to reinforce that wall, because what you don't want to do is lose control of Eagle and then have them come down there, take control of that corridor.
Is Queso in the tourney? I have no idea.
Minute, he's kind of bouncing back in and out, as you can see here, but he has allowed, as you say, Moonlight to get up to the top of here, and you can just sit and wait for this fire to burn out for the time being.
I did worry more fire would come and would see him burnt out at top Eagle there with
Is he going to try and challenge that?
about it. He'd have to run through more fire to get
he just got droned. Oh, fuck.
Run to his death, and no! A seized timing moment! Just as Canadian turns away.
He saw the drone, right?
And the big problem, there's now no opportunity to reinforce that wall. The breach has been done for all gamers.
Yikes.
They're in control of the area, so they can now push through and use that for access to site if they choose to. MC manages to pick up another with a headshot, 5 versus 3. I said that they might have attacks in the locker, Des, and they certainly do at the minute. We see Moonlight collected back up onto 20 HP, so we are at full effectively 5 versus 3.
I said earlier on in our last fight when we had Enterprise in a similar spot, it's a measure of a team's maturity to be able to close out man advantage situations. In this one, they've got 2. Both kills coming from Reapers. Making very effective.
This is going to be very, very hard.
Shotguns ready for close.
Very hard indeed.
Candela up over the top.
Oh, they're pushing. He should be able to hear it, though.
Up against the Kiba. I'm sure they know that he's here, Tim.
Yeah.
The question is who walks away with the kill. Probably not him, as that shotgun really should be losing out, I think, at the mid-range it's currently finding itself at.
Yeah, I think he's just...
That a boy, Rexon.
He's happy to just
get yourself one more. Oh my god, that a boy. That a boy. All right.
Recoil, take him up to the head of Railgun. However, solo mid is in.
No, oh my god, and stop the plant. Let's go.
Is there once again when Shopify Rebellion need him 3 versus 2.
Down on the floor, does he know? Yes, he does.
Huge, huge.
Trade off the back of it. Now Yaz, 2 kills to his name across those.
Just don't peek. We don't have to peek. We don't have to peek. We got the few. Nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Good play. We did it. We got him.
A pretty special clutch.
No, no, no. We don't need to do that.
Spoke about, by the way, gets the 1, has a whole 2 seconds to spin onto the 8 inside of Blue, who didn't step out for the trade, and that arguably has cost them here. A 5 versus 3 squandered.
Good work. Good work.
Yeah, and this is the difficulty that all gamers are going to have. That attack actually shaped up really well at the beginning. I loved the aggression out of Moonlight. He saw his opportunity. He knew that the next Shamika canister was going to be launched.
We needed that one.
That's a great opportunity to attack Tachanka, because
we definitely needed that one. That would have been a rough momentum swing there.
It was brilliant stuff, but they just didn't do enough with what they took. It was exactly this. The double from Rex, and that's a beautiful shot. Just sprays all the way up the body of Rail.
Rexon absolutely saved our bacon there.
Of that recoil from the Vector. Love to see it. And Shopify Rebellion managed to get themselves around on the defense 4-3, and all gamers back to the drawing board.
Ambi didn't really have to move his position either. They knew that he was around. We had the yellow pings coming in on the other side of the hard wall down from that long museum corridor. They knew that he was there somewhere, just weren't 100% sure.
Are you a Rebellion fan because of Spoit? Bro, this is my team. Like, I own the team. What do you mean?
All Ambi had to do was stand up.
I'm a Rebellion fan because of every player.
Guy is dead. They can't get that diffuser down. So not having control of Horse was the big misstep there for all gamers. And arguably that, including the botched 2v1 onto Rexon, is what has cost them the round. Small mistakes make a big difference at this level. We'll see if they can recover it here in round 8.
Okay, so we're going to head over to the bottom side. It's going to be Dorms and Games. Spoit has the rotation out. We see that quite often. Little rotation out. You can just peek out onto the old tower drop. Just kind of play in and around that vending machine.
I don't know the map at all. No, brother, you're asking the wrong guy about map knowledge here. I do not know this map.
You've got the option to close it up if you need. Sometimes not.
No fucking clue.
The deployable shield, for example.
If it ain't in the ranked ladder, I don't know it. And I have not seen this in any of my ranked games yet. This bank and skyscraper haven't got a single time since coming back.
But other than that, I think mostly they are just on the drones and still in that intel phase.
Yeah, no rush right now. You want to know, it's more about like on a cafe, right? You get yourself up on the roof, you get back on the drones, you figure out what's going on, you start your push down in towards red, you start challenging around Skylight. It is kind of the get to the building.
It is in ranked ladder, but it gets perma-banned. Nice. Ambi is a seriously overlooked player. I don't think he's overlooked. Pretty much everyone puts him in top 5 in terms of fragging. He is like a unanimous top 5 fragger in the scene.
This time round, he's got it down in good time, and he's keeping the aggressors at bay.
Going to see that external wall open, so not a bad start here. Just coming up to the halfway mark. That's going to put a little bit of pressure on Wrexham, but it's something Railgun needs to be aware of because Wrexham is taking that peak on quite aggressively. Yaz, he's just going to move himself towards Horstore there, look to try and put a little bit of pressure onto this top side of the Shopify Rebellion defence. It's actually Railgun. I mentioned that fight. It's him that comes away.
Okay, way to trade it, way to trade it. Do we know he's here? Do we know he's here?
There for the trade. Something
Yeah, we do.
Shopify Rebellion have done pretty well so far.
Oh, nice. Good shit, Surf.
They will in style. Surf.
Nice, Nitro.
Over the top. Finds his man. Moonlight down. 4 versus 3.
Yeah, 2 of them pushing in here as well. You're going into
that a boy, Spoit.
The C4 could come their way. Chanka does fall down, though. That's not the end of the world for them. In fact, it's now just really Surf and Spoit. They need to force to move away because Ambi is up towards the top.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Yep. Oh, nice. Nice, Surf.
But Surf has got this one on locked him. A great C4.
We don't need to challenge this. We don't got to challenge him out here. That's fine.
Yaz left in a 1vx once again.
Good work. Holy fuck, Surf.
And Spite was absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to go as far as to say Spite activating the glasses was bait, but it did give his location and it did bring in that peak from MC, and Surf was just there ready to go. Brilliant stuff from them two, and now they know where Yaz is coming from. They know it's central stairs, and they're just going to wait for the push to come onto the single door.
He's running the Thorn Gauntlet.
Well, things do not get any easier for him here, and Shopify Rebellion with 15 seconds left to go.
Yeah, they don't have to peek or anything. We're fine. Oh, teasing him.
There's nothing that Yaz can realistically do, so they're just going to hold and bide their time. Round will tick.
Nice, nice. Looking good, boys. Looking good.
As we suggested, it's looking tough for all gamers to get this one done on Fortress now.
Yeah, it's like I said back at the end of the first half, Tim. Like
League tourneys in 30 minutes.
When you're going to see the cracks start to show.
But there's a draft first, so it doesn't immediately go into the tourney. I still have no clue whose team I'm on or anything.
It's relatively straightforward. But timing is everything when you're on the attack. And I think as we saw once the Amaru got into spot there, was a little bit stuck. And Moonlight was a bit like, okay, where do I go for now? And you gave 3 seconds maybe, and then a C4's at his feet. Not much more they can do to recover off the back of that, unfortunately. That's 2 in a row now for Rebellion, who have pulled themselves ahead, have got a 2-round advantage, and we're into that also crucial round 9. We speak about this quite a lot.
You hoping to be with Tyler 1? That'd be cool. But I'm fine to go anywhere, man. I'm just looking to have some fun.
If it goes 5 and 4,
Jinxie's like one of the very few streamers that's just actively keeping community-oriented gaming alive, where it's just wacky tournaments all the fucking time.
Otherwise, I do fear it's going to be lights.
So I don't really care whose team I end up on. It's just a fun thing in general.
So those operators are suggesting to me that all gamers are going to try this method that we see of attacking this site, where you take over top floor. They want particularly games, dorms, and briefing control. You open the hatch, you send the light screens down. You
don't have SLC drops.
You clear out the utility.
I have no idea.
On blitz, you get them down, and then you drop the hatch and you plant. That's going to be the attempt. Snake there to try and clear out that top floor quickly and try and help with that push. That's what I would expect. Looking across the side of Rebellion, if we have a look, everybody is downstairs. So they've given that top floor over to all gamers. So
Jinxie, please play Deadlock next.
They're going to be able to follow in behind them, but they should.
I think eventually he will. I don't know when, but I do see a world where he tries Deadlock at least.
But they're a very efficient way, I think.
For a guy who put fucking Clash of Clans in his like top 10 games of all time list, he is like the most open-minded gamer of that breed, where he's willing to try like a bunch of different things, which is cool.
Himself away over in Old Tower. It's really going to be dependent on when Moonlight uses that scanner as to whether he gets spotted or not. Could be a real crucial
Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Whether he's able to.
I don't know Clash.
His Surf drops away. I think he was maybe spotted out by fire drone. That's going to force him out, and that's great play from All Gamers on the attack. They've now got complete top floor control. They need to keep some guns on it because they don't have a Nomad or a Gridlock to be able to hold off those flanks and make sure they don't get hit. But now they can get that book to work. They can open up the hatch and they can start thinking about getting some vertical pressure down into that site.
That's it, yeah. Yaz can do an awful lot of work from here as well. There's still the one hatch they haven't opened up actually inside of briefing that you can see Canadians currently dancing around underneath. There we go. This is to say it. It's opened up. Proper caster time moment, that one, Tim. And with that done, they've now got 2 hatches they can drop through. Normally you see the push coming in down the stairs where Solomid has currently got himself established. They'll look to work their way through, and same as we saw from Rebellion back in the first half, aggressing towards that site. Punish those who were sat a little bit out.
I haven't really seen what we're playing here. Okay.
All moved off site here, moved out.
We had the vertical cam. I couldn't quite tell where we were.
So we'll wait for you.
Yeah, this is the problem with verticality on this site. If you're ever wondering why do we not see more verticality, why do we not just see these complete vertical approaches? It's because it is possible to avoid it inside a site. Light screen comes out, trying to get themselves down and established at the bottom of those stairs. Surf, he's going to continue to just hold his position here. Will be picked up by the Grimbees.
That was a checkmate right there, unfortunately.
5 versus 4 now as All Gamers start the push.
He got a little damage in, so I mean, that's something.
Snake scan coming in as well to
that was just tough to play from. They knew where he was. They flushed him out.
To push them forwards.
Yeah, Moonlight's on the alert there. If he can distract them from behind here, and sure enough, that scan will have done a little bit of that job for them. This is when they can try and look.
This could be a big pick here, Nadian.
Careful, the Canadian is ready and waiting. Lets his man go by, though.
Okay. Well, Ambi's fucking cleaning him up, though, which is nice.
And that's a freebie. You've got to ask, why didn't he step up a little bit sooner? But here comes Canadian, off towards the left, knows where his man is, and it's going to be a free kill for him.
All right. We take those. That got weird. That got really weird.
He's been in that spot, Tim. What's scary is they've got the entry 3 times in a row here. All Gamers have, but have lost all 3 rounds.
Yeah, a decent attempt there from All Gamers, but ultimately...
What an odd round that was, though. We take those, but that was weird.
On that site, realistically, where you need to get down there and get...
Yeah, I'll be watching the Rocket League Major. Watch party in the Rocket League Major.
Particularly in a post plant.
I watch basically all of our team's tournaments.
Play from Ambi up on the top floor. He was
that does include League.
Moonlight, who was holding the
we had a rough year in League, unfortunately.
So, despite All Gamers looking like they were in control at this point of the round with 30 seconds left to go, when they started on that execute, they just didn't really have enough, I think, awareness of where everybody was inside a site or ability to take them down. So ultimately, Shopify Rebellion hold on.
Isn't it the first year for your team? It is our first year in League.
The North American side, they're looking to move.
Well, a year and some change, kinda, but still, yeah, we're still a new Oregon League, but. Last time we were top 3 in LCS.
Finished off early, and only for the Blitz to then go in and get. And
this year,
it can't surely fall apart here. But
really fell apart.
Get rewarded him in spades. Free kill onto a plant going down because All Gamers left it just a little bit too late in the round. And potentially, our last round is going to be spent up in command and office, Tim, or bathroom and command even, up towards this top side. We spoke about this already. You'll probably see the push coming in from the south side here, or from the attackers. Well, last time around, they went straight up towards Eagle Stairs, as we saw, and they worked absolute wonders from that position. But given where they've all spawned, Tim, it does look like it's going to be another full map clear.
Yeah, I would expect. So MC has gone over to that Eagle side, but he's actually moving around quite quickly, I think, and looking to come and join his team, maybe towards the bottom.
Will you watch party more SLC? Will you watch party more SLC? Yeah.
He's on the bandit.
It's just usually at a hard time for me to watch party. Today I just didn't have anything going on, so I was able to do an early stream. This is a tournament.
By Ambi, so All Gamers, this really is a trial by fire. Map clearance of Ambi and Spoit, not going to be easy.
Now trying to take away a few gadgets, but you've got to keep these drones alive is the hard part, and Canadians already sniffed out one without anything being taken away from the defenders. It's not an awful start. Now all the Roteros to roll on through. In fact, I'm looking at it. Look at how many drones we've got to work with. They're giving across all the operators are rolling here. The Twitch, the Flores, and the Brava. Robot Wars in there.
It's a full drone lineup. We can see there Canadian was playing the rotate that I spoke about last time. If you remember, I said, they keep reinforcements in pockets so they can close that wall up should they feel the need to. Canadian has chosen to do that this time. So even if All Gamers do push their way into Eagle, there is going to be further work to be done. They're going to need Railgun up there. He is towards that side.
You and the boys should try getting into WoW hardcore together. No, my friends play retail, and I only like retail. But I don't actively play World of Warcraft anymore. I haven't played in a while.
A full-size hall, I can tell you that. There we go. Maybe he did it on purpose. Maybe he wanted a little...
It's new Chinese tech.
Maybe he wanted like a funny-sized hall. I don't know.
I mean, it has done. It's got that little weird like head hole above it. I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional, but we'll
Attaboy, Ambi.
Ambi's going to start things out.
Oh, baby! The steamroll. Oh, wow! What the fuck?
Literally,
all right, hey, that seemed very casual. Good shit. An easy 7-3 dubski.
Far side.